damn it. You know what? I keep doing this where I fuck the intro up. And we're getting this shit right. We're sort of. We're going to preview the first story. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the damn intro right. So you're going to preview. That's going to be the first story. Now it's me. Now you should hear the fucking music. There we go. There we go. Now we can do the intro right? Vigilante Williamson here on another episode. No, the 33rd episode of my show, The Vigilante Williamson Show. It is February 25th. Thursday, February 25th, at least here in the United States, but of course, it's the international show here in the Vigilante Cave. And my little brother, I don't know if I could call him a Robin, hopefully a Nightwing, at least. Fimmer, the Ice Wolf, with his ice powers. Yeah, another episode, a little bit of an intro botch. But we're here. But Fimmer the Ice Wolf with his ice powers in his neck of the woods in Angola. It's February 26th. And my little Robin has become a Nightwing. He is 19. And I'm happy. Happy for him. Hope he enjoys himself. Not too much. Don't make any like life-altering decisions. Unintentionally life-altering decisions. There's a lot of people who make unintentionally life-altering decisions all the time. All the time. Let me go off camera real quick. Okay. Quick correction. Okay, hopefully that works. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get Kai's book in the shot. Okay, I'm going to have to put him next to Gina. There you go. Okay. Kai MFS's book is now in the shot. It is now in the shot. Yeah. So I'm happy. And yes, Robert, I would also be a Nightwing if I get a start. Well, do you want to Starfire? You think you want to Starfire till she lets the Penguin nut her. And then you're like, oh, shit, I didn't think she got down like that. But they like the bad boy. And he had the money. It's the Rick Ross type thing. That's what you get. I am not Starfire. So you really want to Starfire? You think you do. And then the Starfire fucks a Penguin. And then you're like, I don't know if I want this bitch anymore. That's neither here nor there. We have a lot to talk about in this episode, as we do every episode. Hopefully the bot will be less annoying than it has the past few episodes. I'm trying to get the bot right. If you want to donate, please do. And if you don't, that's cool too. You know what I mean? I appreciate anyone who shows up to any of these episodes, man. Any of this stuff. I appreciate it. I'm checking the D Live right now. I love the D Live fam. People do show up on the D Live. And, I hope D Live grows as a platform in general, man. I'm really a fan of it. It just is like, there's niche stuff that's cool. It's always cool to find the smaller stuff. But on another note with D Live, I'm wondering how come I have not grown on this platform. And the reason being is I've multi-streamed pretty much everything I've done on this channel to D Live, as far as live things. So that's the thing that like, well, what the hell does it take to grow on a platform that's not that big? You know what I mean? So that's very bizarre as far as that. And that's one thing that I think these platforms are lacking. Is like, listen, if you allow like creators to grow pretty quick, they would grow. Your platform would grow pretty quick. So, for instance, I'm the Nightwing of this place, but don't worry, not going to go crazy. I'm a responsible adult, unlike most people. That's a good thing, man. Unlike me, I'm not as responsible as I need to be sometimes. Guess we all are. So we'll see. It looks like only one of you are here. Who knows? YouTube could be lying. Let me know if YouTube yeets the stream, though, because that happens. That definitely does happen. Let me just check. There's another one that I wanted up, and I know what I wanted up. Sorry. What happened when you do not have a producer? And I had to reset my computer. I have auto tune on my computer, and I had to reset it and shit. And re-register and shit. Do you know auto tune? And I guess it shouldn't be a surprise, but the program auto tune, when you register for it, it asks you your pronouns. We'll get into some pronoun madness on this episode. Yes, we have to talk about the infamous Mr. Potato Head, Daisy Ridley, and Ted Cruz, Bill Gates making sure that you know that black people are too stupid for math, and the No Way Home, No Way Jose, I should say, as far as his new Spider-Man coming up, and a little more with the MCU, as far as Blade and Deadpool 3, which is apparently greenlit and is going to be the only rated R movie in this batch. But we will start with Jesus Joker in a minute. I like doing a little pre-show ramble. Hopefully it doesn't go as long as some of these is gone. It gives a little bit of time for people to kind of, gather in. Hopefully the algorithm comes in, and yeah. But I just want to thank everybody who's showed a lot of support. This has been really cool. This whole channel, we're about 8 or 9 months in, and I've been pretty happy with everyone who's showed up, who's been showing up. And let's see you. Okay, we have a few people showing up. Gender neutral Elliot Potato Head would be next. Yes, they will. How much does Auto-Tune go for? I did a lot of PC music, but it was always a cheapskate. So, okay, I don't have the full version. I have Auto-Tune effects, and I bought it what happened is I bought it like 1 trillion years ago, and then they have a very cheap upgrade. So I think the upgrade when I got it was like $40, but it was on sale like $40 to upgrade to the new version from the 2011 version I hadn't used since 2011, 2012. So I think the version I have brand new is $150. Mr. Potato Head is a freaking potato. Jesus Christ, these people are stupid. The thing that scares me is and yes, I can make myself sound like T-Pain. I was actually trying to figure out how to link it up to StreamYard because I thought that would be a cool effect. So if anyone knows how to link like Reaper, because that's my DAW, into StreamYard, please let me know. But yeah, not only these people are stupid, the thing that's scary is this is Hasbro, this is Coca-Cola, and I just mentioned, Antares is, yes, it's a music program. They actually are one of the few groups that market themselves directly to I'll call them wokies. I don't like calling them left because classical liberals are now conservative. So the left-right paradigm is getting old. But they'll market themselves to the woker music industry. But even still, they're asking for your pronouns. Bill Gates, Mr. Microsoft, is telling you math is racist. Coca-Cola wants you to be less white. And Mr. Potato Head is trying to get your kids to think gender neutrally. And that's just the reality of everything. And, some people are kind of making it, I'll get into it, but there is that whole rage bait element as well. And you wouldn't think companies this big as Hasbro or Coca-Cola would be involved. I mean, you know how evil Bill Gates. Can I say his name? Bill Gates? Can I say Bill Gates is evil or I get yeeted? Do I get yeeted and choked up by the CIA? Microsoft is not that far from my house. It's about, I ain't gonna tell you. They know because I already know they know. But yeah, it's not that far. Neither, and you know what Microsoft is near? Oh, I shouldn't say it because I'll really give away my location if I tell you what Microsoft is near. It's near a organization that you're not shocked that it's near. Let's just say that. It's easier to control the masses if they're stupid, and yeah, that's the whole point. And it's also easier to control the masses when you control the media and you have so much built-in benefit of the doubt with such a great number of people. So when the New York Times says something, it means more than when your friendly neighborhood vigilante says something, even if what I say is actually accurate and fact-based, and what they say is just opinion-based drivel. And I say everything I say is fact-based. I have tons of opinions on this channel, but I do use facts to inform those opinions to the best of my ability. Yeah, so they can't fight back when being abused. You're absolutely correct, Fimmer. So I've been enjoying the irony. Nobody last month has really realized what's happened over the last month. Americans got politicians to build a fence around their cathedral completely as we wait for the second half of this chat to jump into the stream yard because I'm not actually on. I wonder if that's the thing I was looking for. The whatchamacallit. I'm not on the YouTube. But see, the thing is, the nobody in the last month, plenty of people have realized it. Plenty of people are well aware. The perception you get is through the media and through social media. Social media informs the cult, but it's not reality. But it informs the cult like thought process and cult like reaction to things. As do even this platform does. And there's the conservative the I call them Republicans. They can be as reactionary as well, but like the politicians have way too much fucking power. Uh-oh, am I yeeted? There's nobody here, and I don't know if I'm yeeted. Now it could just be I suck. I can accept sucking. Don't know if I'm yeeted, and I'm a little nervous. I said one of those demons' names. No, it looks like I'm still going. Okay, if nobody's watching me, I'm cool with that. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm going. So yeah, this is the 33rd episode. So Illuminati is confirmed on this one. I don't know what happened to Roof Korean's second half of his chat. And actually, let me go into my YouTube. So I can see it from that sense. And that way I get a way of knowing if I'm yeeted. And I lost a sub. Now, if I just suck and you're just getting rid of me, that's fine. That's fine to say, you know what, I suck to this guy, he's boring. But if YouTube is fucking with me, man, that sucks, man. I only have 200 some odd subs, and that sucks to lose one. No, that sucks to lose one. Okay, here's the second half of the Korean chat. They literally built a cage for themselves. 500K people can show up at the cathedral again, and they can keep like rats in the cage. Not let them leave and surround the place. That would be funny. No, I'm still there. Okay, cool. Honestly, I think this wokeism is a prototype for the one world religion to come from. It basically is a one world religion as of right now. As a typical student, I hate math for trying to cancel it because it's racist, shows how stupid society has become. You know what? I like math. I told you this in Discord. I like math until the imaginary numbers came up, but I was cool with geometry. I remember slope intercept form. Was it y equals mx plus b? I remember slope intercept form with the little y. You had some of the y column, x column, or x and y column, and all that other shit. Algebra. I remember that. I like that stuff. It's the goddamn what you call it? It's that when the imaginary showed up, imaginary number showed up, I was like, I'm done. So Fenrir, you lost a sub. So yeah, I keep losing subs. I've been at 279 a few times, and it keeps draining back. So yeah, YouTube hates us. So hey, speaking of which, if the chat shows up, because I tried to make the bots less pushy. So hopefully I didn't. Oh, there it goes. Speak of the devil in the shell. No, it's actually an angel. If you're willing to, you don't have to. No one's obliged to. I appreciate anyone who has. I can't believe anyone has. Thank you for donating a super chat. Please let me know if you donate a super chat. This is a low budget joint around here, so we don't get notification. I have to kind of look at the screen and refresh it. And you people, some of you have actually super chatted, and I really appreciate that. Does not go unnoticed by like I said, low budget joint around here. This is Vigilante Williamson year one. So we don't have the whole full Vigilante cave as we would like. So yeah, looks like I'm getting fucked with. So it's Fimmer. So all right, it's time to. I think enough people are coming in. I don't know what my actual number is. It's a chance that there's more than 3 people watching me, or it actually shows 2. But we will just see. We will see. So even though Marilyn Manson got canceled, apparently they're using him as the influence for the new Joker. Hell Runner. Hell. Shout out to Runner. Shout out to Runner if you haven't already. And sub to Fimmer if you haven't already. It's his birthday. Goodness. Sub to a man on his birthday. But this is a nightmare. I mean, literally, it's the scene. It's the nightmare scene. But this in general, man, I'm gonna be honest. I am not positive on the Snyder cut. Yeah, the Crow meets the Joker equals Croker. You remember to remind your viewers that when they sub, yeah, I have heard this. When you sub, you have to watch at least 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes of a video, or flag the sub and remove it. Which, because this is not the only community that's grown. My channel has grown completely off of other people's streams. I'm sure everyone in this chat has found me in someone else's stream and then decided to sub. And this is not the only channel that has grown that way, and this is not the only community. The Fandom Menace and Extended. I don't know if I'm Fandom Menace, because I don't know if you guys want to co-sign everything I say, and I honestly don't know if I want to co-sign everything you guys say. But I love you guys in general. The community-based growth is something YouTube is trying to suppress, which is why would you try to suppress that? Because you're an evil corporation. So that's why they're doing that. That's why you have the algorithm to do that. That's why we were able to even figure that out. So yeah, that's BS. They want to suppress people from growing. They want to suppress people from growing in a, I guess, a way that is around the YouTube system. They want to make sure that any content that achieves any growth is through them and not through a different way where, like I said, I hop on different people's streams. Other people do that as well. And that's how people grow. And I guess they're trying to stop that off. So if you make sure you're still subbed, please do. And share if you know anybody who you think might like this stuff. Share and subscribe and stay subscribed. So yeah, even though Marilyn Manson got cancer, as I said, he's back as your own personal Jesus, Joker Jesus. This scares the hell out of me, man. And in general, I like the Snyder Cut a lot more than Matt did. You can check out not actually our episode yesterday. We did a great show of culture. Crime Fighters yesterday, but on his MF, he just really clowned it. And I was trying to be positive, but man, this looks a mess. Joker actually said we live in a society, something beforehand he had never said, which was kind of a joke. It was like the Luke, I am your father until now. And this crown of thorns. What the fuck is this? This Jared Leto Joker has always been terrible. Everything they do with Jared Leto is terrible. Every single thing. And it's like they don't. Zack Snyder he has a very. I cannot say he doesn't understand characters or understand comic books, but his understanding is just so like it misses very key elements. I don't think he understands character. He doesn't understand character at all. He has no ability to comprehend character. All he really knows how to do is make cool action set pieces and rely on CG. And I know people love him, and what the fuck Warner Brothers did was terrible. It was disgusting. And I want this movie to not only come out, I want it to be successful. I'm going to watch it. But man, I am not optimistic on this shit. This darkness, this like fake 90s edge. I think he really liked the 90s comic book era. And there's nothing wrong. I love the 90s too. But he just really liked it. And so he sees everything through that really dark, soulless edge with the more iconic, like this is very Marilyn Manson. I mean, it's so Marilyn Manson. I probably should have got the picture so I can go back to back with how Marilyn Manson has looked before. So Runner is a Snyder Cut guy. Let me see. You guys are already lighting up in the chat. Ruth Korean is hanging with Winston Smith. Says, "Yep, I recall your name in Gary's chat, but saw your channel from you appearing on the stream." Yeah. Is it just me, or does Snyder use Christian elements a lot in his DC universe? Yeah, because there's definitely a Christ allegory of Superman, but it's just like this weird, like, hey, I'm just gonna toss some Christian stuff in it, some edge and some violence, bro, and like go. But I mean, he has the best visual Batman. I honestly, one of the real reasons I'm vested in the Snyder Cut, and my brother Vigilante Williamson, his name's not Vigilante Williamson, it's Quincy DB. I should probably plug his Twitch as well because he streams from time to time. He snuck into one of my chats, and he is not a Zack Snyder fan, and he's not a Batflex fan at all. He hates Ben Affleck Batman. I thought Ben Affleck Batman visually was good. it looked cool. I thought characterization was terrible. But I trust Ben Affleck as a writer and director, and I really want to see what his own vision of Batman would be. Because I felt like, okay, Zack Snyder's vision may be awful. He made him the Punisher instead of Batman, but maybe Ben Affleck could do it himself. And that would be the interesting thing. Can we see this Batfleck spinoff, either a movie or a TV series or a miniseries? The one was argued with, or rumored with Deathstroke. That would be something I would love. And honestly, we need this. It looks like a dumpster fire. I hope I'm wrong. This thing has to be successful for that to happen, if there's any chance of that happening. So yeah. So Hell Salty Salad C. Apparently he says, hey brother, same issue, having the same issue with YouTube. Yeah, Evening Lads. Hail Anthroparion. Robert's right. Hail Robert. Hail Ogre Squasher. Again, Runner thinks the Snyder Cut would be awesome. And I hope you're right, Runner. I don't want to be right in this one. I don't want to be right. But we'll see. DC heroes don't see themselves as gods. Even if some are, they just want to help people. That's what people don't understand. That's why it's so hard for people to write Superman. They really don't. They have too much of a jaded view on humanity. They want to write Homelander instead of Superman. And what makes Superman great is that he's not Homelander. That's what makes Superman great. Is that he's just a normal guy who has superpowers. If you remember the Justice League Unlimited, or it could have been the original Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, because only had the trilogy, but it was their version of the man who has everything. And there's like was it Mongo who puts the little brain? It must have been Unlimited if it's Mongo. He puts a little brain slug on Superman and gives him this fantasy. And his fantasy, if he can have anything on Earth, he just wants his family. He had a little family with Space Lois, and he still had his dad on Krypton and had a son, and that's all he wanted. He didn't want to be a god of anybody. That's what Superman is, and that's why people can't write him. And this is the thing that Zack Snyder hasn't understood with Superman. That's why he hasn't made Superman movies, despite casting the perfect Superman. Liked his bad back in the day. 300 I liked. Oh, banned. Talk about Marilyn Manson. Yeah, Marilyn Manson. I guess he was a guy. Who should they use? 30 Seconds to Mars. Yeah, they could use 30 Seconds to Mars. Oh, that's what you're talking about, Jared Leto's band. They had that one single with the weird video. What movie was that video reference to? I couldn't tell you. This film was saying hell to Anthroparion. Oh, Willem Dafoe would be a good Joker. I know a lot of people have fantasy cast him, but I think Willem Dafoe would be a good Joker. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I used to play that shit on Rock Band all the time. That 30 Seconds to Mars song that was real. Everybody knows the song. Well, everybody from 2006 knows the song. You were there. Runner and Fimmer are too young. DC Snyder heroes are terrible depictions. They have the elements, but not the personality. Yeah, they're pretty. Listen, Batfleck was good visually, and he did a good. I can't blame him as an actor. He busted his ass. Love Batfleck. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I can't blame him as an actor. I can't. There's nothing he did. It has nothing to do with him. I thought he brought something to the table. He was cool as Bruce Wayne. But he didn't really get the chance to He didn't get the chance to play Batman any more than Henry Cavill got the chance to play Superman. And this is what I'm in agreement with you, Runner. The Batfleck movie would have been awesome. I would have liked him to Orson Welles' movie, write, direct, star in, and if he needs, maybe some creative help to, so he can co-director. I don't know, so he can do everything that needs to be done to the detail that needs to be done. Yeah, and I also like the Deathstroke idea as a villain. Instead of going with Joker, especially this motherfucker, which we still haven't gotten into because it's just disgusting. I just got to see this image of this motherfucker. I don't even really want to read this fucking story because I don't really care why Jared Leto thinks he's Jesus and the Nightmare. I don't really care what his opinion is. It looks fucking stupid. Fuck his opinion. I want to rant about this because I want this to succeed. There are still rumors that Batfleck movie or that Batfleck project, they don't know in what way because of DC and Warner Brothers. They don't know matter why they watch or was it something like that. They don't know shit. They can't tell what to do. It's some Stone Cold Steve Austinism that I can't remember right now because I have strained brain. The point is that Batfleck project is still on the table. Everything is still on the table. They in 2022 they're going to have 3 different Batman. They're going to have keep calling him Sparkly Boy, but you know what? As some people say, he may work. Robert Pattinson. You have his project, and then you have the Flash project. Get the Flash hoodie on. We will have both Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck in that film. So all 3 of those Batman will exist in this universe, or at least on film. And I've even heard rumors that the success of the Snyder Cut may be put against the Batman as far as determining where they go for it. But it just shows you how clueless they are. They've even booked both Ben Affleck with Henry Cavill in A World's Finest, I guess to wash out the stink of Batman versus Superman, and Robert Pattinson. So they have both on the table. So that Batfleck movie or project, could be a miniseries. It's on the table. So I'm hoping for it to happen. That's my vested interest in the Snyder Cut success, is that Batfleck by Batfleck film and project. Because I think he could do a better job at telling Batman's story than Zack Snyder. I was thinking, who knew I played? I was thinking of who I knew that played the Joker. Hamill, Nicholson, Brokeback dude is what's my man? Can't believe I can't think of Heath Ledger. You can at least star The Patriot. The Patriot was a good movie. No longer with this best Joker. No, he was not the best Joker because he didn't play the Joker. He played Arthur Fleck, who isn't the Joker. He isn't the Joker. He's just a different character. But yeah, he wouldn't make sense in the Snyderverse from yesterday. From yesterday. Is that the song? I'm sick of people doing dark and gritty depictions of superheroes. I blame the Watchmen. Sick of everyone trying to be Watchmen. I want the 80s and 90s goofy, happy stories of hopes and positive. There was a lot of gritty, Batman with the super long ears. There was a lot of gritty shit in the 90s. Chesticles, Cap. But you also got Cap Wolf. I think that was the 90s as well. Could have been the 80s with Cap Wolf. But I really feel that was the 90s. I really do feel that was the 90s. But you know what? You say that. I think it was really the Dark Knight. Like, the Watchmen started in comics. But, like, as far as us getting it in film and in media as a trope, it was the Dark Knight. That's where we got everything, was the gritty reboot. That's how we got the gritty reboot. Power Rangers. That's how everything became gritty and reboot. So the Watchmen was kind of that precursor, because that's how it started in comics. But when it comes to mass media, I would blame the Dark Knight. Wasn't a fan of Joker and Suicide Squad. Never saw Suicide Squad, but I'll give him a chance in the Snyder Cut and Ayer Cut when that gets released. So, Ronnie, you think they'll do an Ayer Cut? You think they'll do an Ayer Cut? Because that would be interesting. I want more tight suit, ScarJo happy stories. No, because she don't need no man. Scarlett Johansson's I think it's supposed to be feminist and Black Widow. I've heard that. Batfleck movie will be good for Ben's career. He surely loves the character. Let him enjoy life and make Batfleck. Yeah, I want a Batfleck movie. I'll take Batfleck over Sparkle Boy. Yeah, me too. Me too. And you know what? If you like, I keep hearing, Robert Pattinson's a good actor, and you know what? He very well may be, but that doesn't mean he's cast correctly. Jared Leto was supposed to be a good actor as well. I heard that when he was, he's a good actor. He's a good actor. Look at this motherfucker. He embraces it. He was doing all sorts of like method acting, being an asshole to people on set of Suicide Squad. He really thought he was the shit. And this damage and all this shit, man. Look at this shit. It just looks awful, man. It just the out of touchness with Zack Snyder's, like I just don't like it, man. I want it to be good. I want it to be successful. And this is just one scene, man. But we don't need to mock the Jesus stuff. Even though it's ironic that this is the 33rd episode of the Vigilante Williamson show, and the thumbnail features the satanic looking Jesus-esque mock Jesus figure circa Marilyn Manson in the late 90s, and the devil himself, Bill Gates. So that's pretty ironic on the 33rd episode. Illuminati is not confirmed. But even without being in the Illuminati, you accidentally do some stuff, it looks like. Runner, if the Snyder cut is successful, then it's possible because David Ayers teased this cut more than Snyder has for his Justice League movie. Yeah. You know what? They may end up doing it. If the Snyder cut is successful, they'll end up doing it. I think they will. You're right. Holly Berry die another day. Yeah, I would love that. Women cannot be sexy anymore. It's not allowed. Not allowed. Hell, Tupac. Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Hey, sir, can you spare a light? Thanks, VW. Inhales, exhales. There you go, friend. It's Holy Grail OG. Got to be lit for this stream. Hey, Holy Grail OG. Shout out to you if it's legal. If it's legal. Hey, Toxic Man Flu is in the building. And he's asking, you know, if they are doing Pegasus. He's saying hi to people in the chat. People are saying hi to him. Come on, man. Come on, man. The hell's going on with this?
Hey, you the motherfucker I be doing Stevie Wonder? That shit ain't funny, motherfucker.
Yeah. The hell. You know, I got a question about the Stevie Wonder thing. Maybe I'll just play that clip. And to be honest, is the shit over or is it cringe? Because if the shit's cringe, I kind of want it to end. If it's over, I'll play it along. But if it's cringe, we got to cut it out. We don't want to be local ass YouTubers. We're trying to be trillion sub YouTubers, so we can't do local things. But if it's funny, let's keep it going. We keep it going. Cause I got another clip from Eddie Murphy's Raw.
But you never let me see you do that shit again. I fuck you up. Stevie Wonder, the music genius.
So yeah, so we got that on deck. If it's still over, but if it's boring and cringe already, we can cut it out. You guys decide. It's your show. It's your thing. He said he was going to be early. Oh, you guys talking about the Pegasus. It's now an inside joke. It will never die. But is it funny? Or is it only funny? Dude, it's about you, not Stevie. The funny part is remember get okay. So if I continue to get flustered, it stays funny. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure it's over. Because like certain, okay. Shout out to Justin Proper. Shout out to Stephen Walton. When I first heard the Stephen Walton coffee thing, I was like, hooray, this is fun. I don't even know if I was even I don't think I was streaming. I think I was just doing videos and I don't think anyone knew me. And maybe even Runner was on the stream with somebody and they said the coffee enema and everyone laughed. I'm like, this is entertaining. I probably switched the stream. And that wasn't because it was I don't know. I may have kept it going. I don't remember who streamed with. I think it was Justin Proper, but somebody brought it up, and it just felt so like lame. And now I'm the person. I'm like, is this as funny? Like I said, I can keep getting flustered. I got sound bites on tech. The clips always echo. I think that's a StreamYard thing. I really think it's a StreamYard thing. Right, just like Walton kept reacting to it. So it's the reaction that's funny. Oh, Fenrir, yeah. Have a good night, man. Enjoy your birthday. Appreciate you, man. Justin Plopper. Yeah, even that, it's like, if it's funny, it's funny. Maybe you weren't on the stream. I don't even think it was an origin stream. It wasn't the origin of it. It was just somebody was talking about it. And I haven't watched. It was like only, I'd say maybe October. It was a stream. I don't remember who it was. I thought it was Justin Proper's. I can't remember. And it was just my awareness of the thing. And I was just like, okay. It's just like, I don't like South Park because some of their humor is just not funny to me. And I don't know why. It just doesn't make me laugh. So it could be just me not getting it, but I want it to be funnier. That's my whole goal. Is not to, even though I want to get trillions of subscribers, I want to entertain you motherfuckers. I want you guys to be genuinely entertained. So I gotta just check. So we got clips. They'll echo because I don't know. StreamYard echoes every clip I play. And I don't know why that is. But as long as it's funny, we will keep rocking with it. Uh-oh. Coast Guard divers jump from helicopters are in trade to clinch, medically permitting that sounds disgusting, but it makes sense. Check the whole drive home. Tasman flew, didn't see the stage you're in behind me. Okay. You don't show us live as my main page. I am already listen, I don't even have 300 subs, and I am already being ghosted. That's scaring the hell out of people. It's probably because of the thumbnail. And I said the guy, not this guy's name, the other guy's name. Maybe I can't say his name. I've already said it. That's crazy. I'm being suppressed. I'm being suppressed. That's crazy. Yep. I guess I don't. Do I have the little live icon disease and hell disease? I appreciate you showing up. But do I have the you know how it has a little red dot by people's name? Do I at least have that? Let me know if I have that, guys. If you guys are just saying hi. But as far as Jared Leto, this looks like a disaster. I really want the Snyder Cut to be successful, but I'm very worried that it will not be. So yeah. It says we got to spend 5 or 10 minutes with you on previous 4 weeks. I'll get you dialed in, bro. I need to fix you that. So no, the icon does not show live. Wowzers. That's like crazy. This is why I make the turn or say this stuff about I will never be monetized. I have the hopefully it's still pinned. The pinned if you are willing to if you're willing to support, I appreciate it. Because if you don't, I will never be monetized. They're already messing with me. Hold on, I'll actually check. Sometimes you guys do. But yeah, I'm never going to be. And somebody actually did. I'm glad I checked. Ogre Squasher donated $10. Thank you, Ogre Squasher, man. You didn't have to. I appreciate that you do. Because if you got, like I said, I'm going to do the channel because I love doing it. It's fun. But I'm never going to get monetized by this platform. It's not happening. I did a Kyle Rittenhouse video way back when the incident happened. I was actually pretty critical on the conservative response. I didn't like making a 17-year-old kid who shouldn't have been out there, who only defended himself, into a hero just because you didn't like the politics of the people he shot, even though they were in the wrong and attacking him. I didn't like that heroism thing, and I didn't like him even being out there because I don't know what he was going to accomplish. So I was critical. I wasn't like rah Kyle Rittenhouse, but something ever since that video, my channel has not everything has not been right. Did I? You know what? I gotta make sure I got that. A lot of live stream across the board having mine. Okay, then if it's a streaming issue, cool. If it's a me issue, that pisses me off. Hell. Another vigilante showed up, an older one, because he said he's been a vigilante since 7 years old. Vigilant vigilante. It's good to see that my people are having a representation on my stream. Refresh a few times. Okay, I was freaking out. So maybe it's just a YouTube issue, but I'm telling you, things have not been cool since the Kyle Rittenhouse video. And when I say, like I said, even if I hit the subscriber milestones, they're not gonna monetize me. That's what I'm saying. So even if I Brie Larson red eye thumbnail my way to success, like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers fame, shout out to them. I don't think that will get me on. Yeah, Tupac says all channels experience. That's okay. Crying LeBron. I may do a crying LeBron one because I want to do a sports one. I will do. I need to do more videos outside these streams because that's the only way I'm going to grow. And I'm thinking I'll do a sports one, and so I may use the crying LeBron. But that's. You know what? I don't care about Brie Larson and her flat ass. I'm not Kevin Feige. I have no horse in the Brie Larson race. None. I just don't want to see her movies. And she has no ass. She's not that attractive for me. She used to be, but she's already post wall. It might be my name. I have been meaning to ask mods and channel chats in my screen name automatically flags for approval. Maybe the YT police or the YouTube police flag everyone I visit. Who knows, man? You think it'll be the Ruth Korean part or Winston Smith or both? You are in the saturated market like the early days of the internet. Eventually there'll only be a big few of the some of an alternative. So wait, you said you couldn't see the VW live, yeah. But yet, even if I hit the milestones, they're not going to allow, because they have to review your channel. They have to allow you to be monetized. So why would they cut OMB for monetization, cut Crowder for monetization, and then allow me to be monetized? That's what I mean when I say I'm not going to be monetized. It's not, I can have 1 trillion monetized. I can have 500,000 subscribers. They're not going to monetize me. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong. But that's not what's going to happen. But you guys say that was just a YouTube glitch. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. We'll hope. We'll be hopeful. We'll be hopeful. But I have to operate. Again, if OMB is going to get tossed out, I don't see why I would be allowed on. Keep the faith. Like I said, I have faith in you guys. Hey, Ogre Squasher just sent the donation that he had. He didn't need to. If anybody else wants to, I love it. I appreciate it. It support. It does support the channel. I do buy stuff. I buy like stuff in the set. You see Kai's book back there. I actually have to read it. Should lie, say I've read it in 2 days, but I did not. And I do, bought this logo that you see. Mando Murky pops up, but I did pay him for the logo, so I do spend money on the channel. I do have, I appreciate the support. I really do. Lays say man fluid isn't toxic. Lays love the man fluid. We know this. If they didn't, none of us would be here. I may disagree with you on Kyle, but it would be cool to debate it. My stance is knowing as much as you can from your streams. If you want, no. My problem is not with Kyle defending himself. He was absolutely within his right to defend himself. My problems were him being out there. I understand helping people. I explained in the video, and you can check it out, but it was like this. At that point, we knew what these protests were. So I'm not in favor of anyone being there. Not the protesters. I showed in that video how the protest was organized, how they were moving equipment around, how coordinated it was. It was using a report from the actual protest, people who were there, how people were getting bullied by Antifa. I showed all that in the video. So it wasn't about him defending himself. There's no point. There's no point in anyone being down there. Anyone down there can be put in danger. Now, once he's there, he has to do what he has to do. Right? I understand that. That wasn't my issue. My other issue then is for me sitting at home or anyone sitting at home championing him. That's what made it worse, really, for him, because they made it to be like because when people start cheering for him, you really gave credence to the thought that, he went out there looking for people to shoot, which we know that wasn't the case. He was trying to help people and whatnot. But he shouldn't have got caught up in it. And that's what I would say if he was my little brother, if he was my son. I don't have any kids, but don't go out there. No. And me and my brother at one point thought about going to protest. But we knew it got co-opted. This is really early. This is George Floyd before anybody else. This is just George Floyd. No videos come out, nothing. Within a week, we knew it was co-opted. It was like the first week after it happened. Me and my brother thought, not really knowing what happened. We was like, oh man, we should. Nope, it's already co-opted. It's already something else. And so we didn't go. And so I was not in favor of him being there at all. And nor was I in favor of any of the protesters being there, any of the BLM being there, any Antifa, anyone. No one should have been there. And that was my stance. But yeah, when you're there, you gotta defend yourself. But I don't think people should champion him. You're not a hero for defending yourself. You're just a dude defending yourself. Disease, sup, sir, sick with it. We need the YouTube alternative. Hopefully Odyssey will be that. I am backed up on Odyssey, but they do not have live streams. Hopefully they are starting to do live streaming at some point. But they don't have my live streams backed up, but I need to upload a lot more. Been doing too many live streams. So I got a notification, came up like 10th vid on my mobile sub list. Hey, at least you got a notification. That's pretty cool. The trick is to be monetized, bro, and then get demonetized. If you think about it, those channels had the strongest effect on the algorithm because it's a unicorn or a Bigfoot. We'll see. And then, okay, the bots are out. Vigilante with Illuminati, son, confirmed. It may be, yeah. I mean, when I did the thumbnail, I'm like, does this really have to be a thumbnail for the 33rd episode? Couldn't you pick like something less? Literally have a literally blasphemous Joker and Bill fucking Gates on the thumbnail for the 33rd episode. Really, man? Really? Or did I spell no, I spelled Williamson right this time. But yeah, that part I do agree with. That should have been up to the property owner. We're stupid to be out there in my military background. See me during the riot. You got to close my property. Yeah, if it was your property, that's a totally different thing. If that was his property, or his dad's property or something like that, I have a totally different response. Totally different response. But he came out of town, and listen, there was a lot of dummies there. There were dummies. If you check the video, I'm not trying to plug that video, but it really, because the video that I was using, I got to really give. I can't think of the brother's name who was there live. It shows a lot. It doesn't just show the actual incident. It just shows how that setting was, and it was. I think people, even me, I had a very like different view of what those protests were like. You don't realize how many bystanders are there. There were a lot of people who are just there to be there. I even showed the guy who had like a stop sign Iron Man suit, like a homemade ghetto Iron Man suit. So there are a lot of people who are just there to be there, on top of the people who are politically active, so to speak, in those things. But yeah, if it's your property, then hey, that's a totally different. Like the guy, I can't remember what city he was in, and he unfortunately, at least that was a alleged report. I even heard rumors that may not be the case, but unfortunately, he I don't know what the best way to say it. I hate self-delete. That's not respectful. But he passed by his own hands. Probably the most respectful way to say it, at least according to the reports. And he had defended his property. I didn't think that was right, that he was even on trial, and that was supposedly what happened into him passing. So that was sad. Our media should have served the country and never allowed people to be in danger by putting a preventative spotlight in this type of situations. But the media is the enemy of the people. The Teespring, if that little bot shows up, that Teespring will tell you that the minute here it is. The Teespring, you go on my Teespring, it has the government is trying to kill you and the media is lying to you. That's real. The media is indeed lying to you. I'm sick of seeing this ugly guy. So let's go to the next story. I'll still talk about you guys' chats. But I wanted to talk about the MCU for a little bit. Actually, let me get a little water break. And if you haven't already, please like the video. And if you're willing to share and subscribe. If you haven't subbed, I think you all are subbed. But if you're willing to share, please do. I appreciate it. Please do. If you're not, that's cool too. I'm a weird motherfucker. You owe me nothing. I appreciate you even watching, man. The fact that 3 fools got shot had criminal backgrounds is purely coincidence. Be it more probable due to the nature of the people out there. Yeah. It definitely more probable because that's the type of mind that Joker attracts. So yeah, those leftists tend to be I shouldn't say leftists. I'm trying to not say leftists because left and right don't even matter anymore. But the super woke radicals, they tend to be either criminals or very forgiving of them. Very forgiving of them. And shout out to Water Breaks. Hydrate or die. Got to hydrate or die. Speaking of dying, speaking of death, the MCU. Spider-Man No Way Home, what the title reveals about the MCU sequel. I have no interest in this shit. Zero interest. I've not liked anything they've done with Spider-Boy. Hold on 1 second. A little pop-up on my computer. Just don't want it to show up on screen, and it would have. So get back to the show. All right. I have not liked anything they've done with this Spider-Man. He was okay in Civil War, I guess, but Far From Home was trash to me. Homecoming was trash to me. Michael Keaton was cool, but it was trash. His characterization, I talked about Batman's characterization being off. Spider-Man has been Robin. He's been Tim Drake Robin from the DCAU from the 90s and the 2000s. That version of Tim Drake, where he's kind of like a version of Jason Todd, but he's not, and he's like cheery, and like he's just been useless to me. And it doesn't help that Tom Holland is kind of a hobbit, no disrespect. So he's gonna be like childlike forever. I just have no interest in this. I know Daredevil is supposed to be rumored into it. They have him in here. There's also the fact that this is going to be a Spider-Verse movie, which sort of interests me. Tobey Maguire is definitely interesting, him coming back. But I'm not interested in this movie at all. I'm not interested in the MCU. I stopped watching WandaVision, and apparently I've been rewarded by a bunch of trash. You're Spider-Man. Nowhere to watch but home. get that clip. You can react if you want. It is not leaked. You know what? Let me hold on a second. Let me see if I can cue that up. Let me cue it up. I'm not gonna play it right now because that kind of break the flow up. Actually, let's just since I'm here, check and see if anyone did the dono thing. Oh, still my man, Ogre Smash. But I appreciate anyone who does that, and I appreciate Tupac Shakur as I check my email in mask. Hopefully, there you go. And let's see the clip. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, I see it. Okay, real quick about this audio. Is it like will I get copyright struck? Because like when it comes to audio, copyright strikes happen like on a regular basis. Okay, it's downloading now. It's downloaded. Let me see. No, that's the wrong thing. Let's see. Okay. Hold on a second. Sorry about the delay. Yeah, I'll cue it up a little later because it's taking me too long to. Sorry about the boomer delay. So that's what happens when you ask me for stuff. I just go like freaking ADD, just stop what I'm doing, and have to find it, man. So no, what the hell? I don't know. You know what? I don't know where it downloaded to. I don't know where it downloaded to, man. And I don't know how to make sure the audio plays for the stream. So I'll have to check it out myself and then play it on another episode, man, because I'll ruin the stream, boomer everything up trying to play it. From a tactical standpoint, his trigger discipline. Yeah, his trigger discipline, cool-headed. His best thing for this kid is if he's found innocent to go in the military. Yeah. Is it? Because people know who he is. You know, people know who he is. And I don't know if they'll let him in the military. New York that was portrayed in Netflix Marvel film shows New York that Peter Parker Spider-Man was from, and for the Marvel shows the most accurate screen to date. Yeah, the Daredevil was really good. Sorry, I had to step away for a second. Oh, no need to apologize. Boomerlanty Boomerson, man. Where's the button? It's not gonna strike. Yeah, I'm having too much trouble. You're good to play it small and altered. He's innocent. Yeah, I believe he's innocent. I'm not. That wasn't even what I'm saying. I just didn't. Hey, if that was your son, would you tell him to go out there? And you would say, hey, son, chill out. It's fucked up what they're doing. But all you're gonna do is get yourself killed or in a legal situation. Well, that's what he did. Really like the Jessica Jones intro music. Huh. I didn't actually. You know what? I didn't even watch Jessica Jones. I'm gonna be honest. Oops. I mean, if he's innocent, I don't think that would. Oh, bar military service is a felony. That is before 2021. I think they're trying to do something with the politics and get rid of radicalism in the military, and that will be used to make sure that Kyle Rittenhouse's application gets denied based upon political reasons. Yeah, we'll hear it on another stream, maybe Saturday, or maybe on the Brave and the Bold. I'll play it. Yeah, because that'd be cool to have some leaked Tupac song. Be like, this is the premiere. Really cool. So thank you, Tupac Shakur, giving me your own music. I appreciate it. Again, you're you. I don't care what you tell me. But back to the FemCU. That's what I predict. And if the FemCU was the Storm and Rogue we grew up with in the 90s, and a bunch of cool Miss Marvel, not this stretchy bitch, but Carol Danvers, not Carl Manvers. Miss Marvel, you know what I mean? A shapely body, getting, instead of Brie, flat ass, cheesy Puss Larson. If we had that, then I wouldn't mind a FemCU. All the Jean Greys of the world, basically X-Men characters. But still, that they were strong female characters that were beloved. And strong female, they were just female characters. Every superhero was strong shit. But they were beloved. and we'll never get that again. They're still vetting. I don't know what they're still doing. I mean, I was on the stream with Danny from Comment Chat. Shout out to Danny. He said, from his military beliefs, because he had some experience in the military, that more than likely they would just get a little bit of like training, a little pamphlet, and go about their way. Like, there's no way to really do what they were talking about. Hey, Rogue from the comics is still my waifu. She's still a lot of people's waifu. Yeah, Carol Danvers in a black bikini would have been great. Spider-Man could have been on Netflix's New York. I'm probably going through the Spider-Man's team ups and show people how he's the most important. He's the Bruce Wayne of Marvel. Yeah, he is. And him and Daredevil, which Daredevil is supposed to be in this Spider-Man 3, probably as his lawyer, probably in the intro of the movie, because his secret identity has been revealed. It's just like, okay, I don't care. I don't like the Spider-Man. I don't like any of his stupid friends. I hate all of them. I hate this character. I hate everything about it. I just hate it. Hate it. Not that everything's terrible. I just hate it. I don't like it. It's just not good. It's just cheesy and not good. Like most of Marvel is. If I think Tupac is still alive, I'll be called conspiracy theorist, cancel my Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Government always wants me dead. No surprise there. Well, what do you want me to say? Tupac is sending us music that no one else has. What else you want me to say? Give me Cloak and Dagger. Oh, Black Cat. How can I forget about Black Cat? Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy. Spider-Man is the dream of all dream eyes. Yeah, he has a lot of bad ones in his stable. They probably are going to delve into the Spider-Verse. That's what my guess is. They're going to delve into the Spider-Verse. There's apparently Easter eggs inside this because they have all these hexes that's supposed to link into WandaVision. I think there's like a link between WandaVision, and I'm not sure in what order, but WandaVision, this, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange, and Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel is supposed to have Spider-Man in it. We see a lot of Captain Marvel themes. I guess Photon is who Monica Rambeau is supposed to be, and she has a link to Captain Marvel. So yes, that's going to be linked into this bunch. Obviously, I'm not watching WandaVision anymore, but WandaVision supposedly has a link to the multiverse. It's how we had the wrong Pietro, Quicksilver on a show. And okay, I see the core, Iron Man core. And then Doctor Strange is supposed to be involved. So there's all these links that's their next little arc, it looks like, with this multiverse, introducing the multiverse to Marvel. Oh, I guess the webbing. Oh, so somebody says this little shape is supposed to be like Puerto Rico, and that may be a link to Miles Morales. Maybe. That's just maybe. That's a maybe. I don't know about that. So we'll see. Cloak and Dagger on Hulu is trash. That's how it goes. So I just need a mask break because this mask is not the most comfortable thing. Hopefully I don't accidentally forget and then you guys look at me. Looks like I may be having some connection issues, guys. So I apologize if I go robot or anything like that. But in general, I am not excited for the MCU. What do you guys think about the MCU? Are you guys excited? I'm going to actually not just talk about Spider-Man. I'm actually going to go through the whole MCU slate. Through the whole slate of what they have coming up. And apparently talk about what they're planning on doing with Deadpool. And really, not Deadpool, because they're actually planning on doing that rated R. But to kind of tease, it looks like Deadpool is the only rated R project in development. We'll get into the projects they have coming up shortly. But I'm interested in hearing from the chat what they think about the MCU. What are your stance in the MCU? Because with me, really, I've been ready for the MCU to end since Civil War. That was really the last time I went into an MCU movie with excitement. And I left it feeling like that was just a better done version of Batman versus Superman, but it has a lot of the same issues as far as the tone. Not necessarily the tone and consistency, but their fight made no sense. The fact that Tony Stark was who the government sided with after he not only created Ultron in the last film, But if you remember, one was just a rogue operative involved with the military in the first film. In the second film, helped enable, like, Tony Stark, you could have argued, was the villain of the MCU for the majority of it. So the fact that the government was siding with him made no sense to me. None. And the way that they didn't talk things out was stupid and awkward. And they made it seem like they built to it more than they did. Yes, there was a scene in Age of Ultron, but there was a scene in the original Avengers. I don't know. I didn't like Civil War, and the only hero of it was Black Panther, who they immediately cucked in his own movie. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. I had Black Panther Damian Lillard shoes. I thought about switching out the Bapes for that. It's neither here nor there. But I did, Civil War was like, you know what, I'm done with this franchise. I didn't like Age of Ultron. I don't care if a lot of people do. I still don't. I'm like, I don't really like this anymore. And Whatchamacallit was cool. There's a few movies that was cool. Ant-Man came out, I think, a little bit before that. That was cool. Doctor Strange was cool. I liked Black Panthers. Oh, definitely, got a little overrated. It was a little overrated, but it was also pretty cool at the same time. It was a cool little world to be in, even though it made no sense and it was an ethno state. It was still fun. It made no sense. They have this high technology in these like towers, but then they live in villages, and vibranium is not explained. There's a lot of flaws. So if you didn't like it, I'm not. It was better than Captain Marvel, though. Certainly better than that. Even though I never saw Captain Marvel. Maybe it wasn't. I never saw it. I never will. I don't want to see a cheesy bitch. But yeah. Let's see. Is Cloak and Dagger the same IP from the movie with the 80s with Dabney Coleman and a young Henry Thomas? I am not a movie expert to that extent, so you guys will have to let me know in the chat about that Cloak and Dagger, because I do not know. Wish they hadn't butchered the X-Men movies. Age of Apocalypse was my favorite arc, and they ruined it with being so heavy-handed with Wolverine. And Robert agrees. Sorry, I'm reading Disease's name. It's Wolverine and his sidekick, the X-Men. Yeah. In Civil War, they wanted to go with the arc of Cap hating America. They just ham-fisted the storytelling in Civil War, the movie, just really wasn't there. All they did is make excuses for cool action scenes. That's all they were doing that whole movie. And they thinly veiled a plot that, like, okay, this seems like there's a plot here. But when you like think just a little deeply, there's just like, well, why didn't this happen? Well, we need the plot to go there. It was a lot of that. It's a lot of that. Not that there weren't cool scenes, not that there were, the cool little revelation at the end, but it's not good. Yeah, government siding with villains, that never happens. I guess it does in a way make sense that they would side with the rich billionaire. But just the way they tried to make it's like it just was stupid to me. Whispering Hell Hydra. Henry Thomas was Elliot and E.T. Oh, okay. Hell. Wolverine hanging out with it wasn't related to the Marvel franchise, but still a great movie. Okay, so that's not related apparently. But yeah, I did Civil War. I like parts of it, and then Infinity War I liked parts of it. Even though, my God, fucking Star-Lord not fucking with Thanos and fucking everything up. Just that was the death. That was my death of Marvel. I said, this is too stupid. I'm done. I'm done with Marvel. I remember seeing the snap, thinking I was done. I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna bring these characters back. This is all stupid. I just was so done. Even though I liked the movie, watching it, because there was a lot of cool visual stuff, and I thought the storytelling in that was actually much better than Civil War. But then we got towards the end. That movie's probably better than me now. But yeah, I'm sure you're planning. I'm getting text. Oh, my mom was planning a Zoom family night. That's so cute. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of a lot of Marvel. So when we got to Endgame, and Endgame to me was like laughably bad, but I was happy for it to end. I'm like, this is over. I'm done. We're done with Marvel. But they got a lot of shit. They're still trying to make a lot of money. Dabney Coleman was on the TV show Wings, which I vaguely remember that show being on USA here in the States. But let's get into every MCU movie they have, every MCU project they have coming up. WandaVision obviously is active. It's on. I'm not keeping up. I'm keeping up story wise with it, but I'm not watching it because I don't want them to get any ratings. I may, if everyone says it's good, watch it toward the end, or watch it at the end after a few weeks and just binge it to see what I didn't see. But it doesn't sound like it's that good. And really, I'll give a review of the show right now. The show is only interesting when it's like a dated sitcom. It's only good because of all the great shows it rips off. It on itself is kind of trash. There's some intriguing stuff done. There's an attention to detail. There's a weirdness factor that works in the early episodes, but that wears off. And it just becomes trash. This is supposedly, I've heard that it is woke and ain't woke, which, they try to play both sides, which we'll get into a little bit later with the Mr. Potato Head story. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with Black Widow. I'm not too excited though. Low-key, I want to be interested in, but I heard some MCU rumors about that. I guess we will find out when we find out, but this is just stuff we kind of heard as far as so far. Shang-Chi is also something we've heard of. I don't know too much about this character. I'll be honest. I'm not looking forward to Shang-Chi either, but maybe they'll surprise me. But again, as I teased earlier, Deadpool is going to be the only rated R project, and that's a huge issue. You guys brought up the Netflix series or the Netflix universe, and we'll get into stuff that's not here once we get through it. But the Netflix universe was rated NC-17, really. There was no ratings on it. I don't know if it was really NC-17, but they allowed everything that, I think it was better for it. Not that everything the Netflix verse did was perfect. And it also pissed me off the Netflix verse hasn't really interacted with the main MCU. If Daredevil is indeed in No Way Home, that'll be the first time they really interact. I actually skipped this. This is What If. And I was optimistic during the trailer, but now I'm like, okay. Of course, they show a Whammon, even though I like Helen Carter. Even though I like Agent Carter. I actually like the Agent Carter first season a lot. That was an underrated gem in the MCU. Completely underrated in the gym. Oh Lord. Don't dox me, Google. But it's weird that they have her as Captain America. Wouldn't she be Captain Britain in a What If? So that doesn't make sense. But some of the other things they have, and they use the actual original voice actors, including I think Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, he's even voice acted for whatever. This will be the last time he plays. It just hit me. Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan. This will be the last time they play off each other, and the last time Chadwick Boseman portrays Black Panther in this series. So that is interesting. Just not, kind of thinking about it. Huh. I'll probably not watch every episode. What I'll probably do with this What If series, wait till everything comes out, let people review it, then check it out. Just like with this Superman series. I hear it's good. I want to check it out. But I'm not that interested in, I wasn't that interested until people kind of, oh, this is good. I needed other people to test it out first. So I'll let other people test out this What If. Eternals, I hear, is a cluster, so I have no interest in this. Apparently, I guess Angelina Jolie is in it. It's not 2004 anymore, so I don't really want to see that. But yeah, Salma Hayek. Yeah, listen, Angelina Jolie and Salma Hayek in the movie in 2004, 2005 would have been like manna from heaven. But the wall is, even though Salma Hayek is doing her thing against the wall, some ladies can fight the wall off longer than others. But the wall is undefeated. I have no interest in this. And apparently, there's going to be a lot of LGBTQ representation, which is nothing wrong with the LGBTQ community. Just can we be in movies too? And if you do LGBTQ representation, can't they just be humans and characters? That would be cool if they were just characters and just let them just be what they are. So that would actually be the best thing. This Spider-Man 3, as I said, No Way Home. Have no interest in this. None. They've done nothing with the Spider-Boy, Iron Man, Robin yet that's good. It's still cheesy. Tom Holland probably can play Peter Parker Spider-Man. But they haven't, and he's a permanent teenager. And I would love to see Peter Parker grow up. And the MJ thing pisses me off. Going back too far. But I'm not interested in that. So now we're going to get to some of the extended stuff. Miss Marvel is something we heard a little bit about. Miss Marvel, I guess it's going to start off back in London. I'll get into the comments in a second. But it starts off back in London, but it's probably going to go into the universe. I'm not really reading their little prepared little whatever. Miss Marvel obviously has a lot of controversy because of the casting, and the whole thing is a virtue signal of a very thirsty old lady. Well, she ain't so old. She's at the wall. She hasn't hit it. Sana Amanat, cousin of Huma Aberdeen, better known as Anthony Sex Young Girl's Wiener's wife, maybe ex-wife. That's who her cousin is. And her cousin, Huma Aberdeen, is also a part of the DNC. She was one of Hillary's aides, also worked, I believe, in the Obama administration. And her brother is a Hollywood bigwig, which is how she got the job at Marvel in the first place. And she's used Miss Marvel to ruin the Marvel Avengers game. It was the only reason that game was ruined. Honestly, they didn't release it. They're just now finishing it. It looks like, cause I was just watching a Ripper stream the other day, and it looks like they updated the graphics, they updated a lot of stuff, but still have some of the same issues. In any event, Sana Amanat helped come up with this version of Miss Marvel, and they are going to push the hell out of her. I have no interest in this. This is supposed to come out later on this year. I think this is going to be a dumpster fire and a half, and it only gets worse from here. Hawkeye, similarly, they have the woke version of Kate Bishop. She's going to be the star. She's the best as ever, even though I don't think she's as insufferable in the comics. I may be wrong as Kamala Khan. I still have no interest in this. Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner was I guess, interesting character. It's very weird that Hawkeye and Black Widow are finally getting properties this late in the game when they should have had properties before. Maybe he makes it interesting. His family is one of the most interesting parts of the MCU. But it's not enough to say. But again, with all this stuff, if the reviews come out and they say, oh, it's good, I'll check it out. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I think this is kind of linked up with everything I said. It was Big Ben in the picture. This is linked up with WandaVision, with Spider-Man, and potentially Captain Marvel, and potentially other stuff. Maybe this is going to this is going to be how we get in a lot more Marvel stuff. Maybe the Fantastic Four will show up. Who knows? If there is something to be excited for in the MCU, this could potentially be it. With the way WandaVision is going, now we see why Scarlet Witch is going to be a part of it. At first, it seemed like maybe it was a virtue signal. But hey, one thing WandaVision is strong on is Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany has shown that they are really good together, and they're really good as actors and then as these characters. So her Wanda in this world is going to be something very interesting to me. So, and Doctor Strange of the movies, when I go through the MCU, it was one of the better ones. So I'm interested in seeing what comes out of this Doctor Strange, and how it impacts the MCU. It's probably the only thing in the whole MCU slate that we've gone through that I'm genuinely have any interest in. And even that, it's not like it's the most amount, but it's something that piqued my interest. Thor: Love and Thunder. Whew, this is going to be a dumpster fire. I think we all can see that coming a mile fucking way. I have no interest in this. I didn't even see Ragnarok, which is a love and hate film. People either tell me that they love it or they hate it. Apparently, it's not a good Thor film, or not good as far as canon, but is entertaining. Either way, I have no interest in this. I don't want to see Girl Thor. I don't want to see Lady Thor. I don't want to see Natalie Portman, who can barely get a foam Thor hammer up for a foam Mjolnir up. I have no interest in seeing her in store. Before I go on, you guys are killing it in the chat. Let's see. Forgotten about the old Cloak and Dagger movie. And it was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I need to watch it again. Thanks. Low-key interested in Loki. I like that. Disease. And I am low-key interested in Loki, but heard some wokeness about it, so that's what scares me off. That would probably be the second thing, along with Doctor Strange, that I have a real interest in as far as the MCU. Mine too, it was a video game movie with the whole Atari cartridge and Secret Spies. Electra in Netflix was cute, but she reminded me too much of an ex, so it messed with me. It messed with me. But what if it's good? That's the what if. But I'm gonna need that to be tested. Somebody's gonna have to taste test a lot of these movies and projects before I'm gonna mess with them. After Iron Man died, that was it for me. That just ended it. There's like nothing else to watch. Nothing else to watch. Back in London, that was referring to the picture. And now that I think about it, that might have been a promotional shot from Far From Home. And Disease, she's not even a redhead. Maybe referring to MJ, which she's not Mary Jane. Why did they could name this fucking character any goddamn thing they want? Why did they name her MJ? They're trolling. It's complete BS. Got it, saved it, and tossed it. Not sure which one. What you're talking about as far as got it, saved it, and tossed it. And yeah, Big Ben is in that picture, but I think it may again be a promotional shot from Far From Home and not the upcoming No Way Home. Do you guys like that home name thing? I think it's a little cheesy, but I mean, it's cool to at least keeping the same thing. I guess I just dislike the series so much. Almost stepped on Snake. No stepping on the Snake. Marvel Zombies would pique my interest. Okay, that would be an interesting take. Miss Marvel. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But no, she's too young. We're not doing that. I know what you mean. Thor, Cuck, and Blunder. I love that, Robert. That's exactly what this is. Thor, Cuck, and Blunder. I'm gonna recommend Alien Resident to use VW. It's on the Siffy app, so it's free. It has ads which are annoying, but I'm enjoying it. I heard a lot of positive stuff about it, and I think is it Resident Alien or Alien Resident? Whatever it is, I'm gonna check it out. If it was Thor's daughter, like it was supposed to be, then maybe, but his girlfriend, nah, I'll pass. Thor Love and Thunder, how loud was the laughter when this title was decided? It's named for all the homies. I don't know. I think they named it Homecoming because he was coming home to Marvel, and it's like a high school homecoming. And so they just like, oh, that works in both ways. And so then they just kept it going. That's what my thought is. Spider-Man Home Alone. Actually, on that board, they have Home. The board is kind of cute. They have like Home Alone. It's a copyright issue next to it as they like brainstorm names. What was the other one? No Place Like Home copyright issue or something like trademark issue. So yeah, they couldn't use those, and they kind of make fun of it in that board. The little teaser is so cringe to me. Maybe if you guys like the characters, maybe it's not cringe. Let's see. If Spooderman's true home is to be Disney and keep it as far away from its homes as possible, yeah. Spooderman, actual Spooderman would be interesting. The poorly drawn Spider-Man who says Spooderman. Spooderman says a lot of words that'll get you banned from YouTube. Black Panther 2 without Black Panther. They're not gonna recast him. They're not gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. And it's not an easy statement. It's not an easy thing to do. I think the easiest, simplest thing is to somehow, and you can use maybe the multiverse, you can use whatever, bring Michael B. Jordan back as Black Panther. That's the easiest way to do it. And just make him good now. I don't know. Because I don't know what else to do with this. And honestly, I like the first one more than I thought it would. I get everyone's issues with it. I'm not by any means necessarily holding one, but it was cool. It was cool. It was cool. It was cool, and I thought it was going to be a lot more. I thought it was going to be as bad as Captain Marvel at least turned out to be, or at least as far as I've heard. I never saw it. And I was like, oh, it's cute. It's one of those movies. It's a cute movie. And a lot of people were happy for it. I hate the marketing for it. The marketing really pissed me off. This idea that because I'm not with the I want acceptance. Please accept me, Disney. Oh, you've given me a TV. I should probably be on camera for this. I should probably be on camera. I'm being all dramatic to nothing. Because this mask is uncomfortable. Sorry. What am I doing? Okay, I'm on camera. Here we go. So it's just like, okay, I'm not somebody who's like, oh, Marvel, Disney, I'm represented. I've been represented. Thank you, Disney. What would I ever do without you? Like, that's not me. That's not me. That's not what I do. So I didn't want or need representation. I just wanted and needed a good movie. I thought we got a solid one. It's not perfect. There's a lot of tons of logic gaps in it. I brought up Michael B. Jordan. One of the most annoying scenes is where this guy like, we need these weapons for the people and all this, and he just has this face, and I just knew he was going to say, "Motherfucker, with all the gang violence, your plan to help black people across the world is to give every single gang the most dangerous weapons on earth. How the fuck would that help?" That I thought he was going to go like Morgan Freeman in that one scene in Dark Knight where he just logics out what's wrong with it, but he didn't, and it pissed me off. So maybe I don't like Black Panther. I don't know. I like Chadwick Boseman. He was really cool in it, even though they just cucked him in every chance they got. They cucked him, but I really liked his performance for what he got. Oh boy, and everybody's favorite cheesy puss, flat assed Brie Larson. I shouldn't make too much fun of her. You know, I'm not a 40-year-old white man. I'm not Kevin Feige. She has no issues or lust for me. So she's done nothing with me, nothing for me. We started YouTube the same week, in fact. And, you know, she has a movie that I'm not going to see, just like I didn't see the first one. And apparently a lot of people didn't. And they fudged the numbers on that. That's neither here nor there. This is also coming out for the MCU. This is also something I'm not going to be interested in. What else do we have? Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. I did not see Ant-Man and the Wasp. I did see the first Ant-Man. I thought that was actually fun and cool, but I have no interest in this series at all. None. I'm speeding it up because we can go forever with the shit. Guardians of the Galaxy and a holiday special. I am alone with this. I hate Guardians of the Galaxy. I saw the first one. I thought it was so overrated. I know you're saying, "Oh, you like Black Panther and hey, Guardians of the Galaxy." You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to have these opinions. But I mean, all of them are kind of trash. All Marvel movies are kind of trash. Except all Marvel movies except Winter Soldier are kind of trash. And the first Iron Man, they're all kind of trash. Let's just be honest. Guardians of the Galaxy was no exception. This movie really thought it was a lot more entertaining than what it really is. That was my issue with it. And so I have no interest in this holiday special. I guess it's an homage to Star Wars, but you know how much they love Star Wars. And of course, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, we see Chris Pratt already ready in his LGBTQ pose because Star-Lord is now bi. And I have no interest in this. I know, you know, a lot of people are going to be interested in this. In fact, this is going to be the tentpole in the next phase of Marvel for a lot of people because this is the only movie that has a returning cast that's the original cast. You know what I mean? There's no more. When you think about the pillars of what Marvel had, you have Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Thor's being cucked. Iron Man's dead. Captain America's gone. Black Widow finally gets a movie, but it's too little too late because she's gone. Spoiler alert, she's dead as fuck. But you do have the Guardians of the Galaxy. You do have that creepy MFer who directed it. And there's a lot of people who are interested in seeing this movie. So this is going to be the tentpole for Marvel for a lot of people because it's the only thing that's returning that has familiarity. Moon Knight. This is going to come out. I guess it would be interesting if we didn't have that pesky rated R shit where it can't have any more. Only thing that's going to be rated R is Deadpool. That's it. Deadpool 3. It could be interesting in the right hands. There's a lot to say about Moon Knight and his mental illness, his split personalities, and I think that could be an interesting thing played on screen. They had the Venom where he was talking to Venom, so that was kind of, even though that's technically not a Marvel movie, it's through the Marvel Sony thing. That's the closest thing they've really touched with that. So this could be a good project. Moon Knight. I just, you know, again, I'm down on Marvel. We'll see. I would love to be pleasantly shocked by something like Moon Knight, and they do it justice and come up with something good. What else do we have? She-Hulk. If you've seen how She-Hulk has been depicted in these comics, you cannot be positive. You cannot be positive on that. Before I get into, I see you guys going off in the chat. What is this? This is now Spider-Man. Homie Holmes is home. Yeah. I'm someone who can't get into weekly episodic shows, but Alan Tudyk makes Resident Alien really good. So I like some episodic stuff. It's been really hard as far as time to get anything done. Not a big fan of Michael B, but I can't think anyone who will fill the shoes of Chadwick. That's the thing. I don't know what other option do they have? I think Michael B. Jordan is good at times. I can see you listen, he shouldn't play every role that you want a black person to play as other actors. And he can be a tad overrated in that regard, but he's good in spots. Good in spots. But I mean, like, what else do you do? What do you do? They're in a no-win position because I'm someone who believes you should recast him. You recasted the Joker. But I understand why you wouldn't, because you do want to honor Chadwick. I thought you could even use this multiverse as a way of potentially having a different actor play Black Panther, but it makes sense. And then something happens to the proper MCU Black Panther, and this multiverse Black Panther has to save this version of Wakanda. There's stories to be told like that. Or keep it simple, have Michael B. Jordan. We didn't see a body at the end of Black Panther, so you can always make him alive. If you don't see a body in comics, you gotta be suspicious. What's the dude that played me? Forgive me, oh Lord. M'Baku. Talk about the guy in the Mountain Tribe. He's a decent actor to lead. Hey, I can't say anything about cultural appropriation because the stream brain, I cannot think of his name offhand, and I hope somebody in the chat can give us his name. But I know who you're talking about. Michael B. Jordan was great in Creed and The Wire. Oh yeah, it's Poot. He was great as Poot. And yeah, I liked him in Black Panther. He was probably the most compelling part about Black Panther. To get out, dude. Oh my god, I'm so bad with these actors' names. I know who you're talking about. It's stream brain and tiredness, so I cannot do it right now. As Gary said, it should be the Wasp and some Ant-Man. Yeah, it should. He's okay, but he acts the same in every movie. He doesn't have good range to me. That's my opinion. I understand that. A lot of actors are like that now, man. Not that they haven't been in the past. Got a lot of one-note guys that play the same character. Hey, and then honestly, the MCU is filled with guys like that. How many characters can Chris Pratt play? Exactly. We can go down the line. How many characters can Paul Rudd play? How many characters can? Not saying there may be exceptions, but we can go down the line. I guess Chris Evans can play a few characters. Right now, what can Chris Hemsworth do? He can be funny and quirky, weird, or he can be an action movie. So Marvel's kind of filled with limited actors. Benedict Cumberbatch's a really good actor, but you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit. Brie Larson is an actor in the Marvel universe. There's a lot of limited motherfuckers in this motherfucker. Captain Marvel 2, The Search for Phil seat there it is. Yeah, Captain Marvel 2, we're buying the seats. I can see that as well. I believe he has more potential, but no one is helping him reach that. Yeah, as far as Michael B. You know what else happens, man? This wokeness hurts people because directors are necessary to make actors better. And do you think a director is going to feel comfortable in this climate giving Michael B. direction? James Cameron, some of these directors are fucking assholes. There's no way around it. And I don't know if you want to be an asshole to Michael B. Jordan on the set in 2021. So that is an issue. And it hurts both people. Moon Knight can't moon people if it's not rated R. Moon Knight has to be rated R. And we'll get to Blade. That also has to be rated R. Or you shouldn't even do him. Hate to spy brand home name. They should use pad, layer, or base. What he says in the comics. Time for a hydration break. They already made Idris Elba a character, Robert. Was it Heimal? Which that makes sense in Norse mythology. Poor Michael B. Jordan is the Black Sean Bean who dies in almost everything he's in. Predict Deadpool will do extremely well because of the rated R rating. I don't see the rest of the MCU films doing well. Yeah, and correct me, he is already Heimdall. Peel. No, I thought you were talking about the like to get out dude in Sakaro, but the whole movie he was getting cut by Emily Blunt. I did too. I like Us a little bit more. Unpopular opinion. I actually kind of like Us a little bit more too. Isn't Heimdall dead? Could work. Who knows? But She-Hulk, which is the thing I have here, I'm not interested in. I don't think anyone else is. Ironically enough, Gina Carano would have been great in this cast. I have a sneaky suspicion she will not be cast as She-Hulk. Secret Invasion. This is something I offhand did not really know about and it kind of snuck in here. This is apparently a project where Samuel L. Jackson is going to be a part of it, and it's going to be him as Nick Fury. So I'm not sure if it's going to involve the Skrulls. That's what you would imagine. Just because they're using the Secret Invasion name doesn't mean it's going to really have to do with the storyline of Secret Invasion. I'm not sure if they're going to have make characters Skrulls and fuck with canon, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Again, not interested. And Blade. This is tragic, man. This is something I would love to tell you I'm interested in. Love to be excited for. Blade is a very important film when it comes to comic book history. I kind of retell this history time and time again. Back in the late 90s, when I was a kid, comic book films, the perception of them where they were going out. We had bat nipples and bat ass, and it was like, this is stupid. This is for kids. And then came Blade, a very dark and gritty and more, not realistic, but more at least adult comic book film. It was action packed, was kicked ass, and it really reinvigorated the entire genre as far as comic book movies goes. And it doesn't get its flowers. They'll tell you Black Panther's the first black superhero. No, it's not. Fuck out of here. You crazy. It's kind of, or the first black superhero movie. Like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. And they're actually, Black Panther's not even the first black superhero. There's tons of superheroes in the 50s and stuff. But my point is, Blade was a very important part of comic books movies being what they are. And they're going to use the writers of The Watchmen to produce a BLM non-rated R Blade. I'm so angry at this, I don't know what to do. I'm just furious. No, it's not going to be Wesley Snipes. No, it's not going to be Wesley Snipes. Ogre Squasher, thank you for the donation. I appreciate you being here. And no, this is not going to be Snipes. It said, yeah, I love him, but it's not Jordan, and everyone wants Idris. Yeah, Idris would be good if he wasn't already a part of it. I don't know. Sorry, I just really want to check my donations just in case, because you guys are so generous. I don't want to miss it. And you don't tell me when you've done it. So I don't want to miss it. So look, just my man Ogre Squasher, if you want to donate, that bot will show up. So I appreciate it. Let's get back to what we were doing. So Blade could be good, could be interesting, could be fun, but it's no. Okay, Blade was awesome. The bad thing was when I saw it in theaters, no one got it because they weren't comic book fans. Love all the Snipes Blades. Yeah, I think even the second and third one were pretty fun. Pretty cool. Deadpool 3. This I would like to be excited for. It is going to be the only rated R movie. It's good that this at least gets the rated R rating. They're not stupid enough to fuck with this. And Ryan Reynolds, hey, with the way Deadpool is, he can work perfectly in the MCU. It's also a movie I would love to see a lot of guest stars. I would love to see them get Deadpool-ified. I really think this could be fun, but I don't trust Disney. I don't trust Disney with anything, man. I couldn't trust Disney to walk my dog right now. So this could be the best movie of the MCU or as far as this phase, if it wants to. I like the first two Deadpool. They're very entertaining. And I would like to see his jokes about finally being in the MCU. And they better make the sequel part of the MCU. Like, there's no reason not to. Especially, remember the end of Deadpool 2, story-wise, he start messing with the timeline. So they can use that as some awkward explanation to put him into the universe, and then he can make fun of it. And it doesn't have to make sense. Just put him in the MCU. This could be fun. And I guess there's a rumor that he may not be, but I think he should. And I think it'll be fine. The Latinx-tastic 4. I wish I could be excited. I wish we could get Jack Kirby's original vision of the Fantastic Four in the MCU. And I did not expect this story to go as long as basically the whole podcast, talking about the future of the MCU instead of all the other stuff. But we still have a whole podcast to do after this. Jesus. So I don't think everybody's going to make it the whole way. I don't know if I'll make it the whole way. Like I said, this went a lot longer than I expected. Fantastic Four. I want to be excited. As that has been going on every time I go to a new slide. I want this to be good, but it's not going to be. It is not going to be. Is that it? I am Groot. This is another Guardians of the Galaxy thing. Is that it? And Armor Wars. Oh, because it's the War Machine thing. So this is going to be, I guess they're going to try to continue on Iron Man with Don Cheadle, who wasn't. You want to talk about some race stuff? If you guys remember, Terrence Howard was James Rhodes in the original Iron Man and was just replaced. And you know why? Because Ike Perlmutter said nobody will notice. Nobody knows the difference. Basically, to imply they all look alike, which is very ironic coming from so-called woke Marvel. But that's why we have Don Cheadle instead of Terrence Howard, and because they look alike. Good Lord. And then I am Groot. I have no interest in this because I hate the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's the Marvel slate. It took an hour of my life that we will all never get back. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me breaking down the future of the Marvel universe. It looks there's some potential bright spots. Otherwise, it looks kind of bleak. It looks kind of bleak. So let us continue. I already talked about Deadpool. Let's talk about some evil shit. So I have him in my thumbnail. He may have even caused me to get not demonetized. We're not monetized here on the Vigilante Williamson show. Get me ghosted, which I've been by many a woman. But apparently, Bill Gates is trying to get everyone ghosted on math. The reason I say this, because if you go down to this site is called Equitable Math. They are math is racist. They're trying to have anti-racist math. And they would like to thank the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation for their generous financial support of this project. So this means that whatever is said here is funded by old Billy Boy. A path to equitable math instruction, resources and guidance to support Black and Latinx and multilingual students to thrive in grades 6 to 8, because we know only white people can do math. Wonder what they're going to do when they find out these are Arabic numbers and it's not just a saying. A path to the equitable math instruction is an integrated approach to math that centers on Black, Latinx, and multilingual students in grades 6 to 8 because they're too stupid to understand numbers, and we have to make sure it's dumbed down. So we have a dumbed down society. It addresses barriers to math equity, adding and aligns instruction to grade level priority standards. Basically, we lower the standards to make everyone dumber, to be more equitable. The pathway offers guidance and resources for educators, aka indoctrinators, to use now as they plan their curriculum, while offering opportunities for ongoing self-reflection as they seek to develop an anti-racist math practice, whatever the fuck that means. Which we know anti-racism, like anti-fascism, the anti is silent. The toolkit strives to serve at multiple on-ramps for educators as they navigate the individual collective journey from equity to anti-racism. These Marxists are fucking evil. This is a part. Oh man, Clobbering Times. There you are, Clobbering Times. Hell, Clobbering Times. Rather than Howard and Cheadle, yeah, I think he really there is no cast of Fantastic Four, Latinx-tastic Four. Yeah, I'd rather Howard and Cheadle. I don't think they should have just let him go how they did. That was kind of funky. Hail Parahead, and again, hail Clobbering Times. And what is the cast? I don't think there is a cast for Fantastic Four. I know Clobbering Times is going to be excited. You just missed Clobby. I'm not sure if you were doing it in your own stream, but we just broke down the future of the MCU, and it looks very bleak. Very bleak. But Fantastic Four is a part of it. I don't think there is a cast. If there is a cast and somebody knows, let me know. But as far as my knowledge, it's just some in Photoshop. It's so damn racist. Yeah. It is incredibly racist to say, man, I get to give you guys a book. It's incredibly racist to say minorities can't do math or vote with ID properly. And in fact, it's inaccurate. So let's get Thomas Sowell. Charter schools and their enemies. And I believe it's page 87 that has the actual thing. And I have to read it through a mask. I'm 84. Basically, let me read this passage verbatim. Do I have my glasses? So vigilante glasses? I do not have my vigilante glasses. Actually, see, or else I would see. But reading through the mask, gonna actually take the mask off to read. Where is it? Okay, this is talking about family income because this school is a school that is involved. Sheesh, maybe it's not. What page is it? Oh yeah, basically they did a economic. There's a charter school in a lower income neighborhood in New York. And I'll read word for word. It says, conversely, so large social economic differences do not correspondingly largely educational outcomes. In 2019, the Success Academy Charter School Network, which is the charter schools I'm speaking of, had a slightly higher percentage of its students reach the proficient level above in both mathematics and English. Higher higher than any of the 3 New York State public school districts, and the highest percentage of their students scoring proficient at the proficient level or above. Okay, yeah. Did I read that right? Oh yeah, they had the highest level. So basically, in this school district, they had the most people, or most students at proficient and above. And this school district is in a poor area in New York, and it's full of black and Latino kids. The average income is 49. Family income is 49,000 for that, and then in the highest ranged districts, it's in between 153,000 and 291,000. So in long and short, I read that probably wrong, and I apologize as I kind of put my mask on so you don't see me. Basically, Thomas Sowell is giving you the math. He's a black man, by the way. He understands math. He's giving you the math of how these poor black and brown kids are actually outperforming rich white ones just because they're in a private school instead of the public disaster dumps that we have. Yes, even if you're rich in a high tax area, you still have a dump of a public school. Some poor kids in any neighborhood in America, if they have real educators who give a damn, can outdo them. That's what this proves. I'm so sick of I guess it's because Biden is president and he thinks the poor kids is just as good as white kids, that math is racist. Fuck you, Bill Gates. Fuck you. He didn't even fucking write Windows. Maybe he's racist to him because people think of him as a computer genius. He didn't write Windows. We did. The United States government wrote Windows. He copied it. Fuck you, Bill Gates. Fuck you. What are you guys saying? Pissed this shit. Have a theory that we Westerners are worse than math because we read left to right. Other languages read or used to read right to left. Math is easier from right to left. Maybe. Thomas Sowell, Bill Williams disagree about math and dark skin. I don't know who Bill Williams is. I'll be 100,000% honest. And I'll have to just go. Oh, I don't know if Bill Williams is a reference to Bill Gates. Sup, Slasher McSplitter. I'm glad you're here, man. Always cool to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Schools that use Latinx, the article is invalid. Yeah. This isn't an article. This is the equitableMath.org. It's funded by Billy Bathgate himself and his demon wife. And these are all the organizations. A lot of California organizations. All of this is California, but no, Maryland, is that California? I thought that was Maryland. Otherwise, that may be in Cali. I can't remember. I just remember Hank Gathers. That may be in Cali. But my point is, all of these projects, all this California math, this is going to it's coming for a theater near you, especially funded by this guy who also owns all the farmland and also owns this vaccine, which I'm not going to take. So yeah, he's evil. He's a demon, and he's trying to make us all dumber because math is racist. Make some more mods, at least link to Thomas Sowell channel, his and Milton Friedman's as a channel. A lot of Bill Williams stuff. Bill Williams in the 70s was hilarious when speaking. I haven't. If anybody wants to be a mod, let me know. So I mean, I don't mind that. Hell disease. VW spitting. I try to spit. I try. Snyder had no respect for Undertaker and Superman for Oh man, yeah. If you're going back in the podcast, yeah, you would have liked the first half of the podcast, Clobby. Yeah, Snyder had no respect or understanding for Superman before Man of Steel, and he proved it with his trash takes on the DC heroes nihilistic tripe. I've said this before. He thinks everybody is Batman and Batman's the Punisher, and he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. I bought mathisracist.com the other night. Did you? Smart thing. Smart thing. You need to put a meme or something up there, Tupac. Something up there, and I'll cover it. That may blow us both up, man. Put something stupid up there, and I'll cover it. Like something like ironic. You know how they had, even though, you may get into trouble because memes can be dangerous now. But yeah, agreed. That Joker looks so awful. It looks so cheap. Like, doesn't that Joker look like some try hard, like super duper try hard, like when you were in high school or college or something? Like, this is so intense, bro. This is so intense. Like somebody, like a try-hard who has like a Metallica shirt, and Metallica is the hardest. And no disrespect to Metallica, they had some good albums. But I'm just saying, like, that's the hardest. That's the only like metal they know is like Metallica, but they think they're hardcore. Doesn't that come off like that type of try-hard guy? Like that. That's on Zack Snyder. I love him. I'm sorry what happened with his family. I'm sorry what happened even with this cut of this movie. But man, he just has a weird take on everything he does. And yes, that is hilarious that he has math is racist. That's awesome. Yeah, it is a Chad move. It's an alpha move, as the kids say. Chad alpha. Yeah, and this is a demon move as far as this equitable math stuff. Really, really messed up. Called it the vile 90s. Yeah. I think you're probably further, and I've done this. You may be further back in the podcast, Clobby. Or maybe, I'm not sure if you're going back and forth because it was almost like you're reacting to my earlier parts of the podcast. So, this is something I wanted to talk about. And we're going to have, I only have this perspective. We were talking about Daisy Ridley and Ted Cruz. Listen, if you want proof that I'm not a fucking partisan, and I am on the boat that the Cuomo shit really needs to be talked about a lot more than Ted Cruz going to Cancun, but it still was a bad look. And let me be honest, I don't fucking like Ted Cruz. I'm so sick of politician worship, and I've said this time and time again. I'm gonna keep saying it. There was so much fucking made when Ted Cruz got that microdose of LSD weirdo who looks like he's a map, jihadi Jack Dorsey, and they were he talked shit and he raised his thumb and he gave us a soundbite and he said a bunch of stuff about the media. Meanwhile, Ted Cruz had as much impact on internet policy as Vigilante Williamson, which is not a goddamn bit. Not a damn bit. But people love, he's on the right. He's owning the Dems. Ted Cruz wants to be me. He wants to be Gary. He wants to be Tim Pool. He doesn't want to be a fucking politician. So I have no problem with people bash him. None. Fuck Ted Cruz. I get he's just a senator. What could he do? He can call people. I'll cover stories. I may even have some more stories. I actually do have a story of people that still help. They weren't senators. There are things you can do. He has money. There's things he can do. Besides going, he could he can reschedule his vacation of a month. It's not the end of the world or whatever, when it's more convenient. I'm not sure what his schedule is. He can do that and he deserves to take shit for it. You want to be a YouTuber, you want to be on Blaze TV, you don't really want to be a politician. You just want to use the political spot so you can be famous. You want to use the anti-woke little wave so you can get your little clout on. Fuck you, Ted Cruz. I don't give a fuck who comes at him. I don't even give a fuck when the Amazing Wonder Ray comes at him. And I'm not gonna watch any of her movies. And I think she's cute. You can't tell in the Last Jedi or any of the Star Wars movies, but you look at her outside, she's pretty cute, Daisy Ridley. And this is her quote. I'll give it context when I read the story. She says, "I'm very happy to be an emotionally tortured Jedi who doesn't leave their state," because it kind of involves Gina, but it's really Ted Cruz popping off a clout. That's really what the core issue is. Ted Cruz is really a 13-year-old girl, somebody who uses social media for clout and doesn't really give a fuck about anyone else. So, when informed by Yahoo Entertainment that Ted Cruz recently dissed Rey Skywalker as an emotionally tortured Jedi, so she didn't really have the context of the tweet. She didn't know anything about Gina when she was told. She just came off the top of the dome with it. She react with the I don't know if it's perfect, but again, I don't like Ted Cruz. I did not know, but I'm very happy to be an emotionally tortured Jedi who doesn't leave their state when it's having a terrible time. I didn't see the another movies I avoided. I didn't see the Fall of Soy Woker and the the Ass Jedi. I didn't see those part of the Disney tragedy, so I'm not sure if that's actually true relative to Rey. But I don't care if she took him down. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, why is she? She's coming at." I don't give a fuck. Fuck Ted Cruz, and she's kind of right. Listen. I don't care that he's technically a senator and therefore responsible for the district only relative to the federal government. He's still a human being who has clout and influence and could have done more help to a lot of people in Texas. And regular random people helped a lot more than Ted Cruz. So I think he's perfectly fine to be criticized. But does it have Ted Cruz's tweet? Yeah, his tweet, really was sort of innocent if it was just about Gina, but and I know a lot of people came at Rey. You should. Rey was terrible in the fucking Star Wars. Texan Gina Carano broke barriers in the Star Wars universe. Not a princess, not a victim, not some emotionally tortured Jedi, Cruz wrote on Twitter. She played a woman who kicked ass, who girls looked up to. She was instrumental in making Star Wars fun again, and of course, Disney canceled her. So I don't necessarily disagree with a lot of this tweet, but again, Ted Cruz, politicians. I'm saying, okay, you want to use the Gina Carano thing for clout. That's cute. That's cute. That's all this is. And yeah, I know a lot of people are going to, especially in this side of the aisle, I guess, because I know I'm in that quote unquote conservative space. I'm a libertarian leaning sometimes if it makes socially populist, not necessarily state-wise. But in any event, I get that a lot of people here lean a little bit right. But I'm not a team player. I'm not just, he's on the right side, so I'm just supposed to fuck you, Ted Cruz. Fuck you. I'm going to say fuck Ted Cruz a bunch. You didn't know. And I would say fuck AOC, even though I want to. I would say fuck, I'm not a politician guy, and I don't like clout chasers. And I gotta call out Ted Cruz because a lot of people either get caught up in it and don't, or just, whatever. So let me see. What else does this say? I think that's the really only relevant stuff for the article. Except that, ironically enough, Daisy Ridley will be playing in a movie with Tom Holland of Spider-Man fame. And I think this may be her first movie since the Star Wars fiasco of the Fall of Soy Woker, because she had a lot of trouble getting roles, as she mentioned after the Star Wars debacle. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is her first movie. I know she did a game voiceover, and there was an article several months back. She had trouble getting roles. So yeah, let me see. Never been a mod, wouldn't know what to do. I've been a mod and I'm terrible at it. So if you don't want to be, that's fine. And I think I made somebody a mod and I didn't unmake them. Watchmen and Dark Knight Returns started grim and gritty in the 80s. But I think, and as I said earlier, I think you're going backwards or started late and maybe doing a speed thing, which is cool. Because this podcast is going to go along. It's probably going to go a long time because we still got a couple other stories. Still got the Mr. Potato Head story. Actually, it's the last story. It's the last story. So maybe it doesn't go that long. But yes, that definitely started. But I really think The Dark Knight as film really started that gritty reboot in pop culture as far as this generation, making nihilism. The Dark Knight made nihilism very, very palatable to a lot of people in recent history. So in the past 10 years, the nihilism has been off the charts. It was 13 years almost. Yeah, 13 years this summer when that movie came out. So I think that this definitely started it. But if you're talking about modern pop culture, I would blame The Dark Knight and maybe a little bit of Watchmen. Again, as the movie, Zack Snyder ties everything together. Yeah, all that hot air at Jack and nothing was done. That's my point. That's my point with most of these politicians. Same with moderate waifu Tosi. I know you want to see her work out, want to see her do yoga. She talked all this shit about Kamala Harris and was as effective at getting her out of office and effective as getting her out of the White House as I was you in the chat, which wasn't any at all. They didn't help. These politicians don't help. Apologize. Have RT due to Brian Bill Williams is in RDR. Walter E. Williams. Okay, I know who Walter E. Williams is. I'm like, Bill Williams. I don't know that. I do know who Walter E. Williams is. He just passed recently. They do share a lot of ideological messages. I do get tired of the Brits sticking their nose in American politics. That's definitely fair. Definitely fair. And I do too. But then again, I mean, a lot of people like Sargon. I mean, he does actually talk a lot more about British politics, but he speaks on American politics. So, you got to take the good with the bad. Really is hot, but an airhead, all actresses are hot airheads who are whores. Let's be honest. That's how they get the jobs. Don't get into politics. I'm neutral on that front. That's probably the best way to be. They all suck. It's the long and short in it. She was in Murder in the Orient, so she has done a movie since. Okay. Thank you for that correction, Disease. Appreciate it. At the risk of being called an extremist, I contend that we relieve ourselves of oppression in a manner that is keeping with the great heritage of our nation. Walter Williams to JFK. Huh. Where's the 1 and 2? Oh, are these 1 and 2? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. My PayPal is messed up. I tried to send you something. Donate when it gets sorted. Oh, sorry. Don't be sorry, man. Don't be sorry. And if anyone else donates, please let me know. Don't be sorry. Nobody owes me crap, man. You guys being here, there's 8 or 9 of you in the chat. That means everything to me, man. I'm going long. I don't know. I'm sure if Comics Division is streaming, I'm probably competing with him. I'm not sure if he's streaming tonight. I didn't even check my Twitter, which is bad. But don't apologize. If anybody has donated, let me know so I can check before you go and read your super chat. Just note that you donated. We're at a low budget, so we don't get the alerts. I think there's a way to not only we low budget, but I'm Boomerland T Boomers and I boomer everything else. I don't know enough to get everything right as far as the alerts. I think you have to pay for it, but I wouldn't know how to set it up if you did. Yep, you guys correct me on Murder in the Orient Express. And Walter E. Williams in his letter to JFK calls Jim Crow laws to change in the Army. Huh. I see. Oh, it flagged the first part. I see. Yeah, I also think we're idiots. The whole world always wants to help, though. Yeah, the whole world. And the whole world loves it when you don't get down. Yeah, we are outcasts in the whole world. They laugh at us. They pay attention to our politics. And then when something goes wrong, they call up the army. It's crazy, isn't it? And apparently, Biden's already bombing shit. How is Ray is how Star Wars and Hollywood want women to look now? No curves allowed. I don't blame her for Disney. Star Wars, she didn't have much to work with. Listen, okay, she's not the shapeliest woman as far as size and curves, but you can show her body off if you don't put her in these fucking robes. You know what I'm saying? Put her in these thick ass robes. She doesn't have the curves to poke through those robes. No, she needs to be in. You don't have to dress her like a thought either. Just dress her like a woman. It's okay. Women are okay. We like women. We like the way women look. That may be totally foreign to these Hollywood types, but we actually do like the way women look. I see. And we're related to. Well, okay. Here's the thing. People have to remember that we're using the term person of color, which to me is way worse. Negro was just the word you used. That was just the word. That was that's why it wasn't really it wasn't thought of as a thing. And you have to also remember Negro is black in Spanish. So we have basically what we're doing with all this language, we already did with that word. And you can say, well, for good reason, but Negro is just a word, right? It just defines black. And it comes from a different language. It's not even a English-based word. Obviously, it got spun around to a word I'm not going to mention. But yeah. So if that's the word he used, then it actually is not. It wasn't offensive until they made it offensive. Then they made colored offensive, and now it's a person of color that's not offensive, or BIPOC that's not offensive because that's what they say. And I'm sick of them determining language. Let's see. Came in late. Do you talk about them making female sign up to the draft. I didn't know that. They made females sign up to the draft. Is that true? I didn't know that. You're educating me. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson does look pretty nice in Iron Man 2. Yeah, John Matrix. Yeah, black and white entertainment. He hates the POC term. Yeah, it's a stupid term, and I don't like Negro either. But I'm just saying, for historical context, that's what it didn't. It wasn't like an offensive thing. Somebody would have defined themselves as a Negro or Afro American, or black. You know what I mean? Black is. I just stick with black. It's the simplest one. My skin is not black, obviously, so it's not accurate. But I'm not from Africa either. We're talking really about my phenotype, right? My phenotype is related to I think Africoid. Is that the scientific term? I don't know what the scientific, like, you know how you call white Caucasian. I don't know what it is for black. It used to be Negroid once upon a time, but I highly doubt that it still is. But we're talking about my phenotype, not actually my skin tone, because again, it's more like a beigey brown. It's dark brown or light brown, and it could get dark if I go out in the sun. Because actually, my legs are paler than a lot of you white people. Trust me. I've seen a few people who don't like being called black, but it's been a while. And I get that, because a lot of people, everyone kind of has their own thing. So I get how you can be like, what the fuck do I call it? Just call me Vigilante. Keep it simple. Flag that word. Oh, flag that word. I'm directly quoting Walter. Yeah. Walter Williams' letter to JFK. It's what saddens me, because men like Walter and I talked about, especially during Black History Month. I thought about doing a Black History Month episode where I talked about the things they don't talk about with Black history. And yeah, he definitely could have been a part of it. Like I said, he recently passed, and rest in peace, man. He really inspired a lot of people, black and white. You know what? They're talking about it seriously. Do it. Make them sign up for the draft. I am in my 30s and obese. I ain't going nowhere. They ain't drafting my ass. Yes, draft Twitch dots into the army. Hey, it'll help morale. It'll help morale. And increase single motherhood, which apparently is already probably a thing in the army and the Navy. You go, McCall. Yay, equality. Finally, yeah. Yeah, you want to be equal? Serve your goddamn country. I look at everyone as humans. There's a lot more white people. I hate white people. I like Gomer Kyle. That's not nice to say. That's not. Yeah, it is just Spanish for black. That's what Negro is. It's just Spanish for black. That's it. The end. That's all it is. That's all it is. That would be brilliant to do that. You should. I really need. You know what? If I can sneak it out this weekend, maybe, because the 20. I may sneak it out on Sunday if I can. I'm no guarantee though. The ACLU is demanding it immediately. Oh, I want you to do it. I want you to do it. I do it in women's sports with the Title IX LG the trans thing. Make women have to sign up for the draft. Make these skinny 19-year-old Twitch dots have to sign up for the draft. I love it. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. This is why you give them the time stone. This is why now I understand why Doctor Strange gave Thanos the time stone. You have to have them think that they won just for a little bit, and in the end, you will come through. This is great news, Goldberg, Kyle, and Rufarian. Brilliant news. Brilliant news. They would have to draft you twice. Yeah, they would. Because they would draft the regular me, and then they would have to draft Vigilante Williamson. You're right. You're right. They would. But yeah, I'm in my 30s. There ain't I ain't no way in hell they're drafting my fat ass to do anything. But yeah, as far as this Daisy Ridley thing, she's cute, which has nothing to do with it. And yeah, you're right. Whoever said, Brits can stay the fuck out of our business. No disrespect. Even though there's some links, there's what happens here tends to influence there, and what happens there tends to influence what happens here. And we both got to deal with those fucking royals, don't we? Those German royals who are currently ruling Britain. But Ted Cruz is still a bad look. Fuck you, Ted Cruz. I don't give a shit. All right. This is the story we're all hot about in these streets. And I saw this, I couldn't believe it. And you think I would be getting to a point, especially doing this show watching all the content I watch, where nothing shocks me. Where I'm like, okay, I've seen everything. You can't shock me. This is it. But for some reason, this got me. Mr. Potato Head is getting a gender inclusive brand, and the experts call the change important. It's stunning and brave. I am stunned by the bravery and braving the stunningness. Mr. Potato Head, the root vegetable toy that's enthralled children since the 1950s, is getting a current day or present day remake or makeover. Going forward, Hasbro will rename the brand and logo for the sake of gender neutrality. This fall, Mr. Potato Head will be branded Potato Head to better reflect the full line, the company said in a Thursday press release. But it's short, the iconic Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head characters aren't going anywhere and will remain Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Hasbro is also launching a Create Your Own Potato Head family toy as a celebration of the many faces of families, including 2 large potatoes, 1 small fry, 42 accessories, and an accompanying video. Hasbro called it a modern look for modern families. And then, because there was so much backlash, they wanted to make sure they released this packaging that just showed the Potato Head logo gone. Hold that taut. Your main spud, Mr. Potato Head, isn't going anywhere. While it was announced today that the Potato Head brand name and logo was dropping, the Mr. I am, okay, that's funny, haha, proud to confirm that Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head aren't going anywhere and will remain Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. So, how much do you want to bet that they never heard Mobb Deep and don't know that there ain't no such thing as halfway crooks? What I mean is, how much do you want to bet that they were going to go all in with the genderlessness of this Mr. Potato? It was just going to be Potato Head. But then when the backlash came up, they went to their department, their God, what do you call the people that Photoshop? Graphic design. Graphic design department whipped up these 2 things. This logo probably already existed, or maybe the packaging already existed, but they definitely wanted to make sure you saw that Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head existed. My guess is that they're both, like, one side has Mr., the other side has Mrs., and they're both in the same box. And this is just how the packaging looks, and they want to make sure you saw both sides to kind of just, curtail the obvious, like, what the fuck is going on. Speaking of which, the reason I chose this article, and I'll actually, did I mean to go into that devil's nest of Twitter, but the reason I chose this article is you get to see some of the leftists. This is Yahoo Life. Oh, do they not have, where's the leftist reaction? There we go, story continues. Literally nobody care about the gender of Mr. Potato Head. All this headline does is give conservatives, because they're always worried about conservatives, an opportunity to mock LGBTQ people. They're not mocking that, they're mocking this stupid company. Get your woke panties out of a bunch. Funny how people are freaking out a toy that's always encouraged and swapping body parts. That's not the point. It's the removal of the gender, because most people, are men or female. All people are male or female. There are only 2 genders. So that's controversial. Who's going to tell them that? Oh God, this is just stupid. Science, because whatever. And then this is making fun of. This is The Daily Show by Trevor No One Watches, making fun of the conservative reaction to Mr. Potato Head. Now, here's one thing I will say, to play Angel's Advocate. This is something my brother told me, and he's right. Back in the day, they used to just change brands, not explain it, and do nothing. Let's say they just came out with these damn boxes. You just went to the store, and there was just no Mr. and Mrs. They didn't say anything, though. They didn't make some announcement about the gender neutrality. They didn't say anything. You just went to the store, and there's no Mr. and Mrs. In a vacuum, you may not even have noticed, right? You may not even have noticed, but when they called attention to it, and I think some people would have noticed and made it into a big deal, because you just get like, God damn, do you have to do this to everything? No, I did having Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. It's okay to show men and women. It's okay to be a man or a woman, ladies and gentlemen. This may be a shock if you listen to what society wants from you, but you can't never listen to what society wants from you, because I think one of the biggest blessings with me, and it makes me a little bit weird, I can be an outcast at times, but I never really give a fuck about society, because I can't. I'm a dude who grew up to a single mother in Detroit. Was born in a single mother in Detroit in the 80s with depression. So they wanted me to be a homeless, but society wanted for me was to be a homeless person in front of American Jewelry alone, in between the lodge and off of 8 Mile. That's what society wanted for me. And so I knew, okay, at a very young age, I was aware that society didn't want me to be shit. So I'm all right, fuck society. And that makes it easier. And it makes it easier because society is trying to degender everybody. They're trying to derate. They're trying to create the homogenized NPC meme in real life. That's the real end goal. They hide behind LGBTQ. They hide behind anti-racism where the anti is silent. But the real goal behind this shit, because remember, who plays with Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head? It ain't grown folks, even though I actually just bought one because of this. I bought one. I may buy more because just, for the eBay value. But like, who's playing with Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head except 2 and 3-year-olds? These are the people they're trying to target. They want your 2-year-old and 3-year-old to not think of themselves as a girl or boy. Here's Bounding in the Comics' portrayal of it. They kind of spin on the damage control. Before I get to that, you guys are so active in the chat. Yeah, and actually, real quick, I gotta check because you guys may indeed have already. You guys are so good with these super chats. I pretty much got a super chat every stream the past few streams. Looks like or a donation. Just my man Ogre Squasher with another another donation for today. He looks like he donated a few days ago too, and I appreciate it. But if you wanted to donate, feel free, but no obligation, man. Just appreciate that you're here. Anyways, let's see what's going on in the chat. Yeah. Okay, another term I feel bad about if I was one of those dwarf sounds. Yeah, dwarf does sound worse than midget, for fuck's sake. But you know what it's really about? Just using something different. So whatever the word or term is, we need a new one. Because it's like, hey, I'm black. No, you're a person of color. We've been using that so long. Now you're a BIPOC. You're too stupid for math or to use the internet, you stupid BIPOC N-word. And I don't mean N-word when I say N-word. And I don't even mean Negro. I mean hard R. Yeah. Let's see what else we have. Stream Sunday. Okay, 42nd birthday. Hell. Okay, yeah. I will. I'll do it. If I'm not burnt out by then. I do a lot of streams. Is it going to be Mr. Potato Head? Well, that you still will have the option to have Mr. Potato Head. And they still have Mr. Potato Head on the packaging. They'll have a Mr. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head packaging. I'm not sure if these are on the same box and they're different sides or they're just different packages together, but they both have the Potato Head branding. And if you look, there's a part that says Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head here. But they announced in their announcement this is supposed to be for gender neutrality. Hey, Salty Cracker found Biden's brain scans actual potato. Funny. Take your time with the video, give it some staying power. For context of Walter's accomplishments, he represented himself in a military court-martial during Jim Crow and was allowed to countersue. Wowzers. I'm not as well versed at Walter Williams as I am Thomas Sowell. I'll be honest. And even with Thomas Sowell, I've read a few of his books, watched a ton of his videos, but I'm not going to act like I know everything about everything on anything, really. Roof Koreans, Gomaka says Roof Korean indeed. Z says, so they're shipping with a vag and a peen in the box? No, I don't think so. At least I hope not. So children toys, for fuck's sake. After this world, I'm leaving for Mars. I don't think the kids version is shipping with a vag and a peen. But who knows about the adult versions if they exist? Just put all the parts in the same box. The only thing, Mr. Tater, a guy is the mustache, for fuck's sake. Yeah, if they would have did this silently and just say, we're just putting them all in the same box, just for simplicity, and just had a potato head, and they just had packaging where one side had Mr., the other side had Mrs., and everything was in the same box, and there was no announcement. And you just went in your Walmart, and that's just how the potato head packaging looked. Because could you tell what the new Mr. Potato Head looks like as opposed to the one from 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or 10 years ago, even? Like, no one knows. But I just bought one just for the eBay ability of this shit. But yeah, if they could have done this in a way that didn't cause issues, but it's not. It's about the statement. It's about activism. It's about being brave and stunning. Sound like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Hell, Wes Moody, the Moody of the Wesses. Hopefully his channel is not yeeted because he was showing a little bit of hub material accidentally with a strange disease, saying hi to Wes. You love Wes. 420 42nd birthday. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. Wes is saying hi to everybody in the chat. That's just cool. 42nd on the 9th. A lot of February birthdays. Huh? Nincompoop. Not sure who's the Nincompoop, but there's tons of them around. Hell, 42nd. A lot of good to see the old guys. Wes, are you trying to cuss? Disease ass. Personally, I think it's a way for them to get press pass, which means they can signal and wink with their cold leg, which was like bragging and all snarky. Yes, that's why they did it. That's absolutely why they did it. It's going to backfire. I think a lot of people listen. They don't realize how many people are pissed off. And like I said, I just bought one for eBay ability. But I mean, do you want to give your kids a gender neutral toy? And again, if they didn't make this announcement, you probably would. Oh, it's a potato head. To just put both in the same package. Picked it up, went about your day. Wouldn't known any virtual signal difference, nothing. But yeah. Oh, nincompoop. Trying to figure out which N-word we were talking about. We weren't talking about Biden, so that's not the N-word we were talking about, even though that N-word uses the N-word to paraphrase Dave Chappelle a bunch. Sickly, it could all be for nothing just so they can get the price out there. Say one word to their buddies. Done this before. I don't think this is the case this time. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's stupid because Mr. Potato Head fucks, he gets poon all the time. Yeah. Bitches love their French fries. Press out there. Yeah, I think this is all for press. That's what you're saying about press out there. Wes is still here. Okay, as far as his channel. Despite I don't know if you took it down and put it back up, but if you're in YouTube, there's a way to delete and trim. Without, or not delete, but trim things without having to download and re-upload. Yeah, it's about a grift and the fact that media story can be buzzed up and mainstream media can grift. Yeah, and then they just, this is attacking the conservatives. We got to own the conservatives. Whatever. The N-word, the one we can't say. Yeah, that was the N-word we were really referring to. Yelp sales go up and availability is out there. Yeah, oops, not trying to plug. I thought he wanted us to press star 2. No, he was trying to correct himself. That's funny. But this Mr. Potato Head thing is a mess, in my opinion. I just trying to do damage control. The virtue signaling backfired. They didn't have to virtue signal. They could have done this very subtle. How much smoother? If this is the thing I always wonder with the wokies, especially when it comes business. Oh, trimming fucks up the audio sync sometimes. I did not know that. I've never done that. I mean, I've done it, but I didn't know that did that. So you guys all thought he wanted you to press star. No, he was saying press star out there. Yeah, he was correcting himself. Press out there. He wasn't telling you guys to press star out there. That's great though. That's great. But yeah, I think that he's right though. I think this was a press plug. They got a virtue signal. We have to remember these wokies go to woke colleges and they have a virtue signal to their friend. They just like working at an institution. They worship the institution as an institution. I'm working at Hasbro in marketing and I made it woke and gender neutral. Top that, Kelly. And Kelly works at some other company that you love because of affirmative action, and she's probably cute and she went to a university, so therefore you just hire her. That's it. Doesn't matter if she's qualified or not. She gets hired. And Kelly, and I hate to just make it a woman, but it usually is Caucasian, brainless crate. And I'm not trying to stereotype. Look at who the demographic is. They're almost always women. And they're either Caucasian with crazy hair or black with crazy hair. Like 99% of the SJWs, or mixed with crazy hair. and they just maybe your black friend at a different company, they work at Disney. We just fired Gina Carano. Fuck you and your potato head. You know what I mean? Because that's really why a lot of this shit happens. Stupid like that. We just made women to get drafted to the military. Top that. You know, then something else woke happens. That's how this happens. So these people who worked at Hasbro, they got to piss off the conservatives, they got to clickbait some articles, and they got to virtue signal to all their friends, and they got to lose a lot of money from Mr. Potato Head. I think, I'm not comfortable with gender neutrality being taught to my kids. I'm not comfortable with adding potential confusion to my kids, and even though if they just put everything in the box, it wouldn't be a big deal. Put everything in the box. That's what she said on the hub. But it wouldn't be a big deal if they just made Mr. and Mrs., one package. That's, again, what she said. And put them together in one package. Just took Potato Head or took the Mr. out, called it Potato Head. No one would say anything. No one would care. They just did it. But that's not what they did. Mrs. Potato Head is looking fine, though. Thick. It has been a very, very long lockdown, has the disease. And yes, she is looking kind of cute. Yeah, on YouTube, using their tools, it does. Okay, I did not know that, but now I know for the future. Instead of F's in the chat, I'll drop the stars out of respect now. Yes, our new thing. I'm just going to leave this for you. I appreciate the stars in the chat. Put stars in the chat if you're enjoying the show. Stars in the chat if you're enjoying the show so far. And actually, we're nearing the end. We've gone 2.5 hours almost. So yeah, a lot of people are pissed by this. This could have been done in a subtle way. If you just put it out there without virtue signaling, you could have reversed virtue signaling. You could have put this out there in 6 months down the line, year down the line. So, oh yeah, that was a contributing factor in our changing the packaging. We wanted to streamline everything, and we also wanted to make sure everyone felt included. And this was our way of doing both after the fact. I've never seen someone do because this could have been a subtle virtue signal. Packages change all the time, and people don't know this for classic toys. You could have very well snuck Mr. and Mrs. off without an announcement, but you wouldn't have got any attention. And I am getting stars in the chat. You guys are awesome. Robert gave me a gold star. I feel special. And Mark D with a C gave me multiple stars. So did Gomer Kyle. I appreciate the stars. Speaking of stars, Tupac Shakur says they do things like put up a stupid article just like this, just to front. They're not covering real American journalism. Listen, if anybody should knows how corrupt this journalistic society is, it's Tupac Shakur. Just shot ourselves in the foot. Nah, what are you going to do? Take that. Oh, wait. Yeah. But the thing is, let's say there's some woke idiot who did this and they get fired. They'll get a job somewhere else. That's what they don't fear losing their jobs. Dang, I'm seeing stars now. I like that disease. Just to flaunt stars. Yeah, gotta add the stars. How they're going to take all the time, resources, and report on this while neglecting real news is a way of exile shaming us. Yeah, still, I mean, there are very few people covering the Cuomo thing, and that's dangerous. The Cuomo and the Whitmer, because Whitmer did the same thing, but a lot of what the governors did, especially Cuomo, with a lot of cover-up stuff, that should be the number one story on earth right now. Some people are covering it, but it's really being neglected. It's a goddamn shame. More stars. I'm getting the stars over in the chat. Yeah, distract us with a potato. Their thought of this. It's a distraction. That's all journalists do now. Distract the masses. They don't focus on real problems. They're not journalists. They're ginos. Manginas. Journalists in name only. There's no journalism done, just sensationalism. No disrespect. I mean, I like Bounding in the Comics. And shout out to Drew. I don't know who wrote this article. Oh, John F. Trent himself. But shout out to Drew, Supreme Heretic, and everybody at the Bounding in the Comics staff. They're pretty good. No disrespect to them. But in general, Hasbro just wants clout. And this, this is a cool toy that a lot of people love, and there's no need to use it as a piece of woke garbage. And so yeah, it bothers me. I could have covered that Final Fantasy story. I thought about covering that Final Fantasy story that just popped up. But I didn't because I'm tired and we're already packed with stories. And we are going to be nearing a close. It's time for some positive news, right? I talked about how even though Ted Cruz is technically a senator, he has no real say in what happens in Texas other than what he can do as a federal representative of the state, as one of two senators. We all have two senators in every state. But if in case you're international, you don't know how it works here because the government is a mess. But if you're a senator in a state as opposed to a state senator, there's a difference. But if you're a senator, meaning like a federal senator, you're one of two people who represent that state. There's 50 states. There's 100 senators. So, and the Senate has a longer tenure than the House. That's how our Constitution works, or how Congress works for at the federal level. So, even though Ted Cruz is a senator in Texas, he doesn't have any say on what happens in Texas directly. So, I said that doesn't stop him from helping, because it doesn't. There are people, in fact, as we read in this story, somebody from New Jersey, a plumber from New Jersey, drove to Texas just to help fix the burst pipes, because there is really a plumber shortage. With everyone, what happened, it just was a shortage of people who could actually react. So people who came out of town, this literally means some stranger from a different state had more impact in helping the people in Texas than Ted Cruz. So again, people have the right to call him out. You can still report the Cuomo thing. You don't have to do either or. Call out both politicians. You call out both sides. That's how you do journalism. That's how it's supposed to work. Disease, I appreciate you being here. You were here a long time. If you hadn't hit the like button, please hit the like button on the way out. Besides that, have a good night. He says you got to go, Buzz. Later, everyone. Have a great stream. And Vigilante Williamson for Black Panther 2. I don't know if I'm in quite the shape for that film. Great stream. So correct. You killed 2. Chat was awesome. Nasty. Great job, team. Well, we're still going. We always do the positive stories before we end. We got to end on some positivity with all the craziness in the world. They reported on Biden beating his grandkid at Mario Kart and getting a hat that says "Pop" on it. Hard hitting journalism. The way Biden is disgusting. Oh, I like Buddy. Don't you worry about that. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you, Disease. Thank you, man. Thank you, everybody who's in the chat. Thank you, anyone who's lurking and working, man. I appreciate it. But the way they cover Biden is just fucking gross. This is not true. There are people who have the guts to ask. They're just on this platform and they don't work for any of these major institutions anymore. And let's be honest, if you remember the guy who didn't off himself, there were reporters, I can't remember her name, a different reporter, I believe it was an NBC reporter, who had that story and was not allowed to report it. So even if these journals wanted to ask the tough hitting questions, they're not allowed to. They have to do as they're told. But nobody has the guts with Koreans who's hanging with Winston Smith. Shout out to Winston Smith. Nobody has the guts anymore. Now it's all about holding the narrative. Side note, no lie, I'm a licensed plumber and MA. I knew if I went to Texas, I would never come back. I see. Well, this guy took the risk, man. This guy took the risk. After hearing that Houston plumbers have been overwhelmed with service calls due to the winter freeze, a New Jersey plumber and his apprentice drove all the way to Texas to help out. It wasn't just his apprentice, he drove the whole damn family out there. Andrew Mitchell is the owner of Mitchell's Plumber and Heating in Morristown, New Jersey. Mitchell and his wife, Keisha, drove more than 1,500 miles with their 2-year-old son after hearing the Houston homeowners had to wait weeks to book a plumber. Mitchell's apprentice, Isaiah, also went with them. Before leaving New Jersey, they bought as many plumbing supplies as they could afford, because those items are currently hard and more than likely impossible to find. In Texas. On the drive down, Mitchell connected with local plumbing companies that were looking for help. By the time we got here, there was already about 4 or 5 jobs lined up. Keisha, his wife, told CNN, CNN, so you can't believe it. They report the sky is blue, that motherfucker's orange. Anyways, since we've been here, it's really been nonstop. Frozen pipes have caused a lot of damage for Texas homeowners. Luckily, not my brother, not Bro Vigilante Williamson. This stuff is good. He was actually he was in the chat on one of these streams recently. So shout out to Bro Vigilante Williamson if you're lurking and working. Or Quincy. His real name is Quincy, which is a scream name. Anyways, many residents have been without water for weeks due to the Texas inclement weather. This homeowner had frozen pipes, and the pipes burst in at least 4 places. Mitchell wrote in a Facebook post, the water's leaks caused the ceiling to collapse. Sheesh. We came in and repaired the busted pipes within 30 minutes. Now the family can have running water after all this time. Wow. Wow. Mitchell and his family plan to return to New Jersey next week, but said that they will stay for about 2 weeks because they receive they planned to return to New Jersey next week, but now say that they will stay for about 2 weeks because they received so many calls from people who need their help. I think we made a difference again. Yeah, I do too. You made more of a difference, not just Ted Cruz, in the entire government. They even did rolling blackouts that made things worse. So again, the state fucks things up and people do it ourselves. Isn't that funny how that ends up having to happen anyway? The state does as it does, and then we do what we do. Okay. Nobody has the. Oh yeah, this is what I said earlier. This is me plugging stuff. Biden's Raggedy Ann doll always circling back. You know what? I actually kind of think she's cute. I have a thing for Ginger. These people deserve more clout. This is cool. That's why I like doing these stories. There's always cool stuff. There's always, man. A lot of people just want the state and want the institutions to do every damn thing like normal people aren't here every freaking day. Every freaking day, there's a normal person doing something nice for another normal person. Every freaking day, there are regular people doing more for people than our government will ever do. And, that's kind of become a side reason I like reporting on this stuff. So, yeah, it would be nice to see a made-for-TV movie for something cool like this for a lot of people who stepped up during the craziness that happened in Texas with the weather. Not to harp on it, pun intended, but there were a lot of people who did a lot of nice things, and you did not. I mean, I don't pay attention to mainstream media at all. I really get all my media from YouTube, but I didn't really even see a lot of that. And I really wish more people would report some of the cool things and some of the good things that happen in this world because we need it. That's cool. There's Morristown, Tennessee. They filmed the first Evil Dead there in the early 80s. It's backwoods, and the cabin burned down. Uh-oh, not good. However, it's unique. Texas is not on the national grid. If there ever is a big igloo, Texas will be involved and independent to the rest of. Oh, I know what you're saying. The big igloo is not what what was the movie? Was it Breaking 2 Electric? The word you can't say. Boogaloo. Fuck it. I said enough. Boogaloo, boogaloo, boogaloo. Bam, 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 bam. Fuck you, YouTube. Fuck you, Susan. Eat my balls. But yeah. But I don't know if you can say that. Probably will get yeeted from the chat. But yeah, this is a good story. This is why I love ending the podcast with positive stories to remind us that even despite what you hear in the media, despite all the divisiveness, all the craziness that we get from our lamestream propaganda wing that we call the mainstream media, there are actually good people. People indeed do care about each other, and people do good things for each other. The last podcast I did on Tuesday, one of our good news stories, and I'll probably reset it before I leave today, was this delivery driver was stranded for 5 days, and a family let her stay there. They ordered groceries delivered, and they couldn't get her car out, and they couldn't get a tow truck there, so they just let her stay for basically a week. And unfortunately, because of the racial demographics, which sounds crazy to say, because it was a white family and a black delivery driver, you'll never hear about the story about how these people helped her in her time of need while she was just working. And granted, she also delivered them groceries, but it worked out and it was cool. And I'll touch on that too before I leave. But yeah, you always see this cool stuff. Crazy thing. Yeah, the crazy thing, and Ruth Korea says LOL. But yeah, the crazy thing, there are more Americans like these, and the media does their damage to make people think that we hate each other. If they are real or not alarmed, it seems they are real. If they do good, if they are real or not alarmed, this time it seems that they're real and they do good. It's we all doing good. No, but yeah, these people are doing good, and we have another positive story real quick. This is a cool story of people dealing with the coof. This restaurant owner spent $2,000 of his own money to help promote his competitors. Can you believe this? A restaurant owner in Wisconsin spent thousands of dollars to support his competitors during these hard times for the restaurant industry. And even though my fat ass has been doing my part to keep the restaurant industry alive, there's been a lot of hard times in the restaurant industry. Locally, they have now, it's all opened up for indoor dining. It's been opened up for a while, actually, for indoor dining. But there was a point where you can only get like takeout. And like I said, my fast contributed. But Adalo Melendez, the owner of a Tex-Mex restaurant El Mezcal in Stevens Point, has bought more than $2,000 in gift cards to restaurants in his community to raffle out to his customers. He took the money out of his own marketing budget. He helped one person, and another person helps another. That will help it a lot. Melendez said he got the idea to help other restaurants after a local realtor company helped his restaurant at the beginning of the pandemic. They did something where people voted for their favorite restaurant, and I got second place, so they bought in $300 gift cards. They bought $300 in gift cards from me. Right after that, I said, I'll probably do something similar. According to WKOW, the receiving restaurant said they were thankful for Melendez's generosity. Yeah, so that's the stuff you see. And I got to get back to that story that we saw. This is the story. And I won't read. It's a very long story to read through it. I will put a link. You got to read this story. Or you can go ahead and check the tail end of the last episode of Vigilante Williamson show. This story is fucking incredible. And just shout out to everybody involved. And of course, because of the racial dynamics, this is not going to be on mainstream media. Isn't it sad that people helping each other in a time of need can't be on mainstream media? Isn't that sad? We live in a world so fucking wicked that human beings helping each other can't be covered if they're not the same race. Fuck me. That's why I'm here to change. It was a beautiful story. It's a long one. I can't do it because this podcast is at its end. But long and short, this delivery driver, she was delivering food. She said she was trying to, it was 11 a.m. She said, I'm gonna be done by noon. This is my last delivery. She goes to deliver food to this house, and the storm is starting to pick up. And first off, she almost slides into their home. I think she does slide into crash into something. I think a tree or something. Then she could not get her car out the driveway. And then she called a tow truck, and the tow truck couldn't make it because by that time, now the storm's really picked up and nobody's out there. So she couldn't, and then she tried to call Uber. Obviously, no Uber's coming. So she's completely stuck, and these people keep her. And then it was like after each day, and they ended up becoming cool, and they apparently will keep in touch afterwards. That's the longest short. I put the link in the chat. Please, like I said, you really do want to check it out. It's a really heartwarming, cool story. And it's the stuff, again, mainstream media is afraid to cover. And yeah, they weren't LARPing. They were just positive stuff. And something King. Strong. I don't know. Lick. I don't know what the stuff in the middle is because I can't see through my mask. I see the arms and the king. I don't really get it. Sorry, Tupac. The punchlines is too much. If the FBI come for you, bomb, 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 bomb. I demand equal representation, and these fools better come for me too. I appreciate that roof free. And the FBI are not that far away. I think they're within 10 miles from me, 10 or 15 miles. So they may come for me indeed. And this is the link. Yeah, please check this story out. It's a really cool story. Double scoops of happy outro. Yeah, definitely happiness. And yeah, cannot promote it if it's not hate or fake news. Hopium. Yeah, listen, we all need some hope. No, I know you may think that I'm black pilled. I'm white pilled, man. I'm white pilled. The human condition has overcome, as much as they keep letting you know, is overcome slavery and the I don't even want to mention it because I don't want to get in trouble, but we have overcome what happened in the 1930s, and we overcame slavery and racism in this country. Not completely. There's always going to be there, and it probably got made worse by last year. And I'm not somebody who's looking for approval for anyone of anyone. I appreciate that you guys are here because I like you guys, but I'm not somebody who has this hatred, vendetta. I don't know how, man, life is hard enough to have this built-in hatred for some perceived thoughts of what you think has caused your condition. If you do enough research, there's a lot of reasons A lot of communities are the way they are. They don't have anything to do with other communities, but with the political system at large. And they've pitted us against each other, but we're really not. We're really not against each other. We are for each other. We do like each other, despite what they say. And this is white pilled, man. We're not here to be dark, even though things may seem dark. We're not here to just say everything is just failed, give up on society. No, no, no. Society may change. We're here at the nexus moment. We happen to be here. You know what I mean? But listen, human beings have tried to genocide themselves. Unfortunately, still goes on in a lot of places in this world, and have done a lot of things throughout the history of human beings on this planet. We've overcome a lot of inflictions to ourselves, but we'll overcome this woke garbage. I'm not going to let a few idiots hiding behind their college degrees, skinny. We showed the vegan teacher on the show with Fireball yesterday. I'm not going to let those types ruin everything that exists. That's not what the show's going to do. And we are going to be hopeful. You know what I mean? Can't be, we talked about with Clobbering Times earlier. Can't be dark and gritty reboot. We need some Donner Superman. We need some Toby version of Spider-Man. So that is the show. That is the podcast. We could maybe talk a little bit if you guys want to talk. But that's everything I have to cover. And it's a new day. So did you guys donate? Okay, no one donated. Yeah, I've been going a long time. I like going long though. That's what she said. That is what she said. Humans are like the earth. We have been through it all and we have survived it. Exactly. We will survive this. Call up your politicians and reps daily. Alicia said, give my regards to your puppet master and hang up. Yeah. Contact your local politicians. That's something I need to do. I encouraged it and didn't do it to the extent that I want to. Contact your local politicians to the point where they know who the hell you are. Because, they already know who you are. They already spying on everyone. The Patriot Act already happened. But that is the podcast. I would love to stay and actually kind of want to, but I have to go to bed. It is past midnight in my neck of the woods. I'm on the Eastern Standard Time. But everybody that's been here, thank you for being here. You know what? I did not check my D Live. Did anybody show up to my D Live? No, it did not look like they did. And if they did, I did not see them. Oh, no, there's another viewer. So somebody's watching the D Live besides me. So shout out to you on D Live, and shout out to you on Twitch, and shout out to everyone in the YouTube chat. Everybody that showed up. Fimmer was here earlier. Favorite dessert? Pussy. Let me see. They're crying global warming without remembering the Earth has been through a lot more than us. Yeah, it has. They already hate you. Make them work for it. Exactly. Peace out, VW. Thanks. Thank you, Go Over Kyle. Thank you, anybody. Oh, I didn't play the outro music. Got to play the outro music. So that is the podcast. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. If you have done none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Thank you to Goma Kyle, Ruth Korean, Robert, Fibber, who was here earlier, Clobbering Time, who was here for a little bit, Wes Moody, who was here for a little bit. Anyone else who may have been lurking and working, I appreciate it. Please come back on Saturday. We will have the Brave and the Bold. I do not know the guests because I never know the guests because it's always kind of like half-ass booked. Robert says it's a good stream. I hope he's right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And God bless. I appreciate it. I will see you guys later on. Peace.